If you are watching and you are interested in playing, signups for the regular season for season 2 of the CMSA 2026 League of Legends season are unfortunately closed. But you can still sign up to be a substitute for any of the leagues, including Pearl, which is silver and below, Ruby, gold to platinum, and Topaz, which is emerald and above.
Yeah, and if we get enough people, we can add another team, right, to a league.
True.
If you have friends, bring your friends.
And here we go. Chasing down as the Braum ultimate is beautiful. Ooh, that auto attack from Braum said, "Gimme, gimme." And there you go. That's 300 gold in Braum's pocket. Red team. Diego with this stealth mission manages to get behind the red team to start the dragon on vision. Mordekaiser and Sona make their way up. Caitlyn running straight through no vision. Unfortunately, surrounded by the red team. Finish the dragon, and now is looking to skirmish.
Right, there's nothing to fight for anymore. They should run.
I mean, we see now live testing red team numbering blue now moving up 1 by 1. DRK has made it to Sona, to Viego, and is now looking for more. Lethal tempo fully stacked, lands the W on 2 people. Vex manages to fear DRK away, and it looks like Mordekaiser and Vex are going to get out alive.
And it looks like now they're just going to use Baron to ram their victory home.
Yes, you know what I do like to see is at this point in the game, we start to see the ball. Vladimir flashes in and ults. The Vex Sphere goes on to Braum, but it is not enough as the carries just put right past and take both Vex and Caitlyn's lives with them. Mordekaiser also falls to the flurry of arrows here as the first Nexus turret is going down, and it looks like Red is in a position to push down this second turret as well, as there's only Vladimir and Psyhero able, as well as Calamity Shades, but the Nexus falls. And the first game goes to DRK, Shrulls, D-Sauce, Maple Mamba, and Gray. Hello, and welcome back for the second game of the night. Master Yi and Cho'Gath facing off in this top river scuttle. It looks as though no smites between them, so it's going to be a good old-fashioned fight. Third person is the first person to make it to this fight, forcing Gunny away. Oh, the Q and the E from Malawi. Oh, looks like Yi is going to be stuck, moving slowly. As another Q lands from base check, and Yi is stuck there meditating. Ignite comes out, and First Blood goes to Cho'Gath. Ooh, the double Q onto Skippy and Shen. Shen flash, E. Ooh, that W from Shen. Oh, wow. And the return kill onto Cho'Gath.
They were previously winning, and now it's turned the other way, and just the opposite.
The ult comes out from Shen and from Yi as Face Check quickly goes down. This Master Yi already has the Blade of the Ruin ping, manages to dodge and gets the kill on Baby Blowman as well. Kassadin is down, and Malawi is also falling down. And that is a free Rift Herald for Gunny as he secures 3 more kills. Alright, this has been an action-packed game. There are more kills on one team than, or nearly as many kills as there are minutes in the game.
Right, yeah, it's been a minute-for-minute action-packed extravaganza.
Yeah.
He looks like he's coming in for Malawi.
Yeah, and Cho'Gath with the counter. Looks like he's actually stuck in between 2 people here. Oh, but manages to dodge the Cho'Gath Q. Oh, and getting pretty low while Cho'Gath does not have E, but he doesn't know that. The Shen ult comes onto Yi. As third person is looking to get the kill on the Shen, gets it, and then Master Yi follows quickly behind. Skippy looking to avenge their dead comrades also falls as Kassadin is here for the assist as well. Third person. All right. Here we have it. Once again, the tide has turned. Oh, a drive-by from Face Check. Not hitting the turret, but killing Morgana in the process with that Rift Herald.
You know, that was I think that's the funniest kill I've ever seen.
Yeah, that, and the fact that it didn't hit the turret as well, and he has to say, where am I going now?
Even though they're 4 kills down, blue team is holding neck and neck gold-wise.
Yes, it's true, because look at how much gold has been poured into third-person shutdowns. Oh, And there we go. We understand that a support is just a support sometimes. Lick and Stick trying to 1v1 Alawi as the Fed member of the team. And there we go. Third person able to quickly do some damage and heal themselves. Oh, the stun, the fear. And third person manages to kill Ash in the process while still feared and is potentially getting out of this alive. Oh, the Shen stun manages to nearly save Wei, but third person's tentacles are taking so much HP as the last tentacle kills Shen. This has been an Alawi 1v3. That's what it's like to stick ready for their revenge. That opens with the R onto third person flashes out of the R, but Star is there to connect with the E. Tiltering Clinton adding some extra damage. Oh, third person manages to get one person with his R. Is it enough as he struggles to keep his HP up? 4-on-1, Alawi is taken down.
Red team resets to spend all the money they just
siphoned off of Alawi? Is that what you're saying?
Right. I would never say that.
Just a quick 300 gold shutdown is where I thought we were, as we now have the Endless Hunger coming out from Alawi. I know that item is not balanced and is sure to. Ooh, Fox narrowly avoiding this. Gunny gets right onto them, but is knocked up immediately killed. Star connects to Dr. Fox with the E, Blazing looking for his life and does not get away with it. Blue team is left scrambled, running away after using mostly everything on Master Yi. This is Lick and Stick, ready for round 4. Sees Alawi. Oh, opens with the R and E, and third person still proving that he is the top laner, and then Morgana is the support.
Right.
Right. Looks like Gunny's ready. Oh, with the Channel coming out and his ult. He does manage to kill Blade and go open. And then face check vibes also looks like he's going to fall. Dr. Fox's ult is not enough as Gunny takes that as well while Star is tanking for him. That's a quadra kill for Master Yi. The person falls just to the bot lane. Looks 2 Nexus turrets down and Gunny and Skipper are saying this game is over. Hence, Red team takes the win.
And over it was. That was
there it is.
That was just a whole. That was an experience. That was.
We thought it was nowhere near over, and Gunny said, "Let me crack this open for everyone." Star and Gunny really took it by the neck. Hello. Welcome. This is our third and final game of the night. I am Nick.Zeit. I am joined by my fantastic co-host, Moens.
Peace.
Does not. Does die to Poggle, but the turret was so obstinate in trying to be taken. Leroy landing on some shrooms, and Boomer is here to catch the other side. Ormelian makes his escape through the Rift Herald out of what otherwise would have been a terrible situation. And there we have it, another beautiful driving experience.
I was gonna say, but can he run someone over and kill them?
Yes, Baby Driver, Teemo Driver. All right, and this dragon looks to be the site of a great fight as Boomer gets hit by the Nautilus R. Nautilus going straight for him. Yone secures the kill onto Saya as the rest also falls in as it did at 5 minutes into the game.
I mean, minus a turret.
Sans
the turret, but
yes. Beautiful hook and E onto the rush as Mafia is going to continue to tank for as long as he can, and then beautiful kill onto the rush. All right. Once again, Chandru trying to make it out with his own version of fancy driving. Beautifully done drifting, but he does hit into just where... Oh, and that's... the rush there for backup on Chandru's hit, and that's a 3 for none. It's a beautiful play.
Look at that turnaround under, like behind their line, right?
Wow.
Like...
Wow. Boomer starting up the Drake. Travi running into Saint's position. Feoria and Saint using their body to protect as Boomer continues. Oh, now it switches over, and it's a 4v5 as Poggle is making his way over. The beautiful ult from Travi as Saint is pushed by the rush into the Gray Zone and Death. Changhu tanking for his team. Boomer able to just make it out with his life, as looks like this is a total onslaught.
The fun house.
5 Twitter try goes down, and Boomer, not sure where Travi is coming from. The ult connects on 3 people, and Saint not able to protect his Sejuani and falls in the process as well as this dive. Rek'Lat's beautifully holding the aggro so that his carries can continue. This looks like it's the end for Red
I was
Team.
gonna say that might be the game. Yeah, they've got Baron. They got there it is.
Yeah, the 4th member goes down. Hoggle struggling to stay alive for the end of the game, but the rush forces him down. It's an ace and the Nexus destroyed. And a win for Changru, Bormelian, Travi, the Rush, and Rek'Lats. Too long, but can you give us a preview of a champion that you're looking to play next week? Just as a tease. Maybe you'll lock it in, maybe you won't.
I want to show off my Kennen. I think I usually play jungle, so no one in the league really has seen my Kennen, except for Bormelian in a couple solo queue games. But I think that's probably one of my best champions, and no one ever gets to see it. So if there's an opportunity, look for me to pull that out.
All right. If All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome,
Hello.
welcome. Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Hello.
Ooh, that's me
It is-
doubling up the sound. No worries.
I don't hear you twice.
Nope, but the stream did, and I know that for a fact. Hello, everyone.
No. Fair enough.
All right.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening. I am Nick.Site. I am your host for this night is LOL League Season 2 of 2026. Week 2. We've already had our first week, and it was amazing. We just saw those highlights. I loved watching them again. I even, looking through the compilation as I was making them, I was like, these are such funny moments.
And we'll never. I mean, the drive-by Shelly, right? Like the drive-by rifting. You can't.
You can't beat it. I mean, the drive-by getaway, I tried to argue, but you know, the more I think about it, the drive-by killing of Morgana, of Lycan 6 Morgana there under turret, especially because it's like the back was maybe 1 second away.
I think it was really manslaughter. It wasn't
Right,
really,
yeah. Could you blame him, really? It was an accident.
Pretty sure he was aiming for the turret, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, yeah. So, we've got some really exciting things going on. Oh, the fart. Thank you, the star, for the fart for 50 bits. That is so funny. Thank you. We've got some really special things to talk about tonight. We have so many stats now that we had the first week. We were kind of plain up until this week. So now we're going all out. Isn't that right, Mike?
That's right. We're backed up with data now. We're not just making shit up.
Yeah.
So we can actually talk about. You want to go in that now, or do you want to wait for the bands to start?
Oh, we can go into it now because we might have a special guest on the stream. We might have Bormelian from the Topaz League joining us, so we can explore that. So let's go over to it now. I just added Bormelian in. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
All right, let's get on into it. So, Alex Bormelian, welcome to the stream. You are our guest from the Topaz League. And if you are sitting there waiting for your game to start thinking, well, why wasn't I on the stream? That I could be on the stream. Could be on the stream, of course you can. Just send
message us.
send us a message or tell us who you want to be on the stream if you're not part of the league already. But, so Alex, if you have the stream up right now, what you're seeing are the very first results of the Pearl, Ruby, and Topaz Leagues. What do you think of these most picked and most banned champions?
Wow. I mean, I gotta say, it's not so surprising for the Topaz League to see this, but I'm very, very happy to see this Morgana most picked in Ruby. Yes, good job, Ruby. Very happy for you. No, this is really funny though. 6 Lux bans is hilarious. I see the Thresh respect in Topaz and the Yorick ban in Pearl. I didn't know there were so many Yorick mains in Pearl. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, or maybe just one who we didn't get to see who's being targeted. Mike, do you know about this?
Yeah, there's a couple of Yoricks, and they just go to town and before you know it, your Nexus is gone. So
I know
nobody likes that.
I mean, I hate Yorick for sure. Sorry to the Yorick mains here, but I mean, you can see down below Fibalicia saying those are all on me. I imagine the Lux bans because I know Fibalicia is a Ruby player, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
That's that Lux. It can be scary. It can be scary. So,
And Latimer also is one of those Luxes, right? It's pretty good. It's actually a pretty safe bet. If you ban somebody in Ruby or Pearl, you just ban Lux, and it's 90% of who's playing.
2 birds with 1 stone. I love that. So let's take a quick look, Bormillion, while we still have you here. I'm gonna bring up the next slide that we have, which is the pick ban leaders. So what I love about this is that we got. There's more diversity in Pearl than there is in Ruby or in Topaz. Miss Fortune showing up in 83% of the picks and bans for Pearl. Morgana showing up in 88.9%. That's pretty sure that's 7 out of 9 maybe, or 8 out of 9 of the games in Ruby. And then Topaz, you all don't let Dr. Mundo through.
No,
we don't. There's a comment in the chat, release the Mundo, but I thought Mundo went where he pleases, so...
Mundo goes to the ban folder really quick, really fast, doesn't he?
For the last 2 seasons, I think in every single lobby I'm in, somebody is saying, they have a Mundo main on our team, should we first pick it or ban it away?
Yeah.
So do you want to be rude or be rude?
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
really interested to see the Miss Fortune presence in Pearl. Like, Miss Fortune is so good, I feel like, in coordinated play, so I'm surprised we don't see more of it everywhere else.
Yeah, I mean, one question that I have on top of mind is this is just 1 week, right? And so what is the pick ban leader going to look like as this meta develops, as people get to know each other with some new people here? Alex, who do you think is missing from being the high priority pick ban champion?
Well, I mean, Lux, of course, I feel like in Topaz and Ruby, and maybe even Pearl, although I don't see their pick bans, should be close behind all these champions. And in Topaz specifically, I see personally a lot of Kindred bans, so maybe she should be up there, but not really. Mostly Thresh should be up there. Thresh and like Lulu and Seraphine, I see those banned a lot.
I mean, that's great to hear that there's going to be some shifting. I thought you were going to say it's going to stay all the same, that we're not going to develop as a meta at all.
No, I think we're the Topaz League is going to focus on defeating Mundo soon.
Oh,
it's also.
Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's also just a lot of the picks and a lot of the bans are mainly just to screw over your friends, right? So like you're like, well, I know so and so likes to play, I don't know, Skarner, so I'm gonna ban Skarner, right? Like, so yeah, it's all about spite.
Speaking of that, I bet there's never going to be Skarner on any of these pictures.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why Skarner's the first champion that came to my head, but mark my words, there'll be a Skarner today.
Oh, there will be. That's a prediction already.
There won't be, unless someone is feeling sassy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so. Thank you, Alex. Any last predictions for the night before we let you go back to your team?
Yeah, I have a prediction. At the end of last stream, you had an interview guest on of a certain somebody talking about a champion that they're really excited about playing. And my prediction is they're not going to play it.
So Travi, no Kennen. That answers the first question.
So sorry, Trav.
All right, there was an alley oop, like letting you dunk the ball, and you're swatting it away completely. You could let it through. It's up to you, Bormillion.
Maybe that's
Alright,
just
I
what he
could.
wanted you to think. Maybe that's just what you wanted you to think, right? Maybe he's just trying to get you to waste a band on Kennen.
Playing 4D chess and draft right now.
That's right. That's right. Use the grape.
All right, well, that's what we have for the updates on picks and bans, and we were joined by Topaz Jungler and Masters. How much LP? You could fill me in real quick.
540.
540 LP Masters Jungler. I mean, what he says, it might go. Who knows? Does rank matter? We'll see, Alex, if you want to continue your 3-0 streak from last week. But for you to do that, you're going to have to get into those games and play your hardest. So with that, I'll let you go.
Thank you so much for having me. It was fun.
All right, thank you. Okay. So, how are you feeling about these picks and bans, Mike?
Misfortune. I'm sorry, we're watching Ruby first, right? Morgana. Yeah, Morgana's probably gonna get banned. Let me see if I know any of these people. Yeah, I think we're gonna see a Morgana ban. I think we're gonna get a sorry, the stream paused on when you're sharing your screen. I can't see it right now.
Oh, okay. You want me to go
the-
back? Let's look
Yeah,
at the
Those are good
most
players.
picked and
Sorry.
most banned. Oh, the most players.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so Misfortune, Morgana, yeah, probably gonna be picked. Lux definitely gonna be banned. Yeah, I think this is gonna be pretty garden variety. We're gonna see a lot of the same, but a lot of action as well.
I mean, what I like to see is maybe Caitlyn coming up as well. If Morgana is really the favorite here, let's get some more Morgana combos. Like, it doesn't have to be a hook champion to be engaged, right?
Right. Or they could be sitting there listening in the stream right now and thinking, this might be a good game for Morgana ban.
You're right.
Right?
Yeah.
Like-
Now that we know everyone wants to pick it.
Now that we've called attention to this is what's happening. Right?
Yeah.
Perhaps. They already have.
Yeah, we're hearing from John. There's already an MF pick happening.
Okay.
And so, just as a little notice of what's going on, why aren't we in draft yet? We are a little bit delayed, but that's good because you know what time it is, Mike. We're going to go back to conference mode because we are going to talk about this or that.
Okay. All right.
So
Let's do it.
question number 1. Let me scroll up to where we've got these questions. All right. So let's say you're the jungler. Moen's the jungler, which I've seen a total of, I don't know, it's less than I have fingers, but let's say you're the jungler.
Jungled this past week.
Oh, yeah? So, all right. So what's the winning play in CMSA? Strong side bot or strong side top? Who's getting your attention?
Ooh. I'm gonna say strong side bot, probably.
Yeah? Why's that?
Coordination. Everybody's gonna be there, right? Like, might as well take advantage of the teamwork. There's yeah, and everybody's a support main in Pearl, so it's always lit up like a Christmas tree.
That's true. It is Vision Central over there. So you're not wrong about that. Here's my take. Normally, I'm the type of person who says, let's do the math. Not the math that gets you the most kills, but the math that gives you the highest chance of winning, okay? Let's say you go top lane. That's 2-on-1. That you have double the amount of players as your foe. You go bot lane, that's just a 3-on-2. They might be able to fight back. But here's my real take for this league, for CMSA. Especially my experience in Topaz. Boomer, the Rush, Ginger Oxide, they're taking over games. They're playing the late scaling ADCs and sometimes mid to late scalers like Ezreal and Kaisa, who, if you get them going, they're gonna run the lobby. Uh-oh, I think I lost your audio there, Mike.
Yeah, they're gonna run the game. They're gonna run the lobby, and they're gonna be all over the map. They're gonna control taking your towers, your objectives. Yeah, I think it's. I think that's a very good play, right? The other thing too, right? Like, who's to say I can't invade, right? Like, I could just go set up an evil death bush and wait for the jungler to come by. But I still understand your philosophy. I think top lane might be a good choice as well. But that's why I'm not a good jungler.
Yeah, I mean, I always think of like, maybe it's because I'm such this type of player. Oh, I see we've got the draft going, so we'll save a little bit of the this or that for later, as let's head back and take a look. Do we have
real
it here?
quick, just to answer the DRK chat, I sprinted down the street to buy this giant cookie.
Oh,
Wow,
it's a
I
giant
was
cookie. I thought it was like a crepe or something. Some sort of
No, it's a giant cookie. And then the cat
Nice.
just came up and sneezed all over it.
Oh,
He
that's
missed. He
just,
didn't get it.
it's just salt, extra salt on the cookie. Who knew? So
He didn't. He missed.
we are well into draft here. We've got an Akali and an Aurora ban on the side of Durganoon and Tiltree Clinton's team. And on Sage's team here, we've got Yorick band and Echo band already. See, already we're in the Yorick band mode. Maybe they were listening to stream. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah,
Everyone's
I think
scared
they were
of
listening
Yorick?
to. Everyone's scared of Yorick. They just don't want to deal with it, right? Because he's just going to be sitting there running away from you, knocking over, whacking on turrets like a cat, right?
Yeah.
And and you can't do anything about it. If you just let him get fed, right? And again, this is a Tiltree game, and like I said last week, and it happened, right? He if he doesn't win lane, he just goes over somewhere else and sets up, and he's very good at it, setting something up to get a kill in other ways, right? So he farms champions, not necessarily CS.
Yeah, it's true, and he also was one of the people I was thinking of for strong side bot. I mean, if someone, according to you, I'm not gonna say that they only farm champions, not CS, but if there is someone out there who's farming champions instead of CS, you might want to give them a spoon, and on that spoon, feed them the champions.
And I see there's a Zac ban here, so it's a Kazik is on the other team. That's one of his favorite junglers. And it looks like they listened to Topaz and they selected the Mundo.
Yeah, we've got Mundo in there. We do have Gnar, who's a pretty good tank killer in his mini Gnar form. Then we've got Yunara coming out to complement that Dr. Mundo. Not sure how they interplay exactly, but really strong bot lane. Although disconnected, we'll see what they're choosing for their support.
I didn't see who was their ADC. Is that Dirk? You know?
I don't know who is on what role on that team right at the moment. I think we're gonna have to take a look.
He's the only Yunara I know in the league, so.
Oh, really? Yunara had her moment in the sun, so I wouldn't be surprised if other people started to pick her up.
We got.
And then
Echo
we
and
have
Caitlyn and.
What's interesting to me is Vayne on the counter. Maybe we're seeing some flexes here. Really? Oh, wow. And then Cho'Gath. So we've already seen Cho'Gath jungle last week. You think it's a repeat?
That's what I was just about to bring up. I can't remember. Was that the Ruby game or was that the Pearl game? Can you remember which game that was?
That was Ruby.
That was Ruby. Okay, so this could be another Cho'Gath with face check vibes being the name. It's a perfect champion for face checking.
Yeah, right. Then we've got Sejuani on the other side. Still, a lot of HP being stacked on the red side here. It's looking like Vayne and Gnar's wet dream, as long as they can stay alive.
This is a really interesting team, right? Because Gnar could be top, Vayne could be top, Cho'Gath could be top. I mean, I think you're right. I think Cho'Gath is probably going to be the jungler, and I think Gnar is top, and I think that's an early Vayne pick for ADC. But we will see. What do you think?
I honestly, with flexes like this and with this group of people who are so innovative, I wouldn't have expected Cho'Gath jungle last week, so I'm not going to be surprised at any of it. There might be Gnar jungle. I'm still holding out that there could be any combination at the moment. Of course, Dr. Mundo is in the top lane for red side, Sejuani in the jungle, and Yunara, if she's going anywhere else, I'm eating my wallet on this stream.
That's actually a Gnar support and a tank Soraka top.
Right, of course.
Just joking.
Of course, how could I forget? All right, with those second rounds of bans, we've got Milio and LeBlanc out of the way, and red side has pushed aside Akshan and Aurelion targeting that mid pool.
Okay, so we got the Syndra. So I'm not sure. Oh, go ahead.
It's great late game scaling into that mid to late game, as Syndra's going to perfect her orb magic by then.
Right, but red team unfortunately had to first pick mid, so they have opened themselves up to potentially being countered. Unless one of these other champions has already... Oh, no way.
No way. Right, I think this is just a skill matchup at this point. These are some long range mages. It's just who can hit their long range skill.
There's going to be a lot of shooting from afar, right? This is a sniper match.
Yeah, and Mike, let me ask you, have you ever been hit by a Syndra E, where she throws the balls out? She does the push of all the balls?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I'm getting...
Were
oh my god, it is tank Soraka top.
Oh, wow.
No.
I wasn't supposed to be hit by them either. They launch in every direction unexpectedly.
So, as someone that plays Aurelion solo a lot, Syndra is one of the most annoying champs to play against.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because she can just have her way with you while you're sitting there trying to just farm innocently. I'm just an innocent little dragon.
Yeah, I'd believe you if you told me that. Sure you are. You're just an innocent little dragon who created the world and can destroy it in a few days. A few days game time, I mean.
That's right. Yeah, of course. The so we've got our teams here. This is the red team is pretty conventional, but the left team, I think we're gonna see. I still think that's Cho'Gath jungle. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd probably put it as Cho'Gath jungle. And as we are getting ready, there is going to be a little bit of a stream delay. Maybe we go back to a little bit of this or that. Let's see. Underneath all of this, hey yo, I don't like Mayo. Thank you for following. And as we are waiting for the spectator delay, maybe we go right back to our conference before the game gets started.
I love Mayo. It just doesn't love me.
No, you're in a cold war with Mayo.
That's right. No, it's not a good thing. But it's yeah. So yeah, you got your this or that next question?
Yep, we've got some questions here. Yeah, you go ahead.
Oh, I thought I had it. I don't have it up there. I apologize. Go ahead.
All right. So, here's the question for you. Would you rather play against a toxic Yasuo main? Let's say you're in ranked. Or would you rather have the toxic Yasuo main on your team? It's the embarrassment of getting stomped and then all chatted by someone who has maybe never touched grass in their life, or having to play with that.
What kind of toxic are we talking?
We're talking all chat, and maybe stealing your camps or just not coming to the fight with you. Maybe he is carrying the game, but he's in his own world.
I'm gonna say I'd rather have him on the other team.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because there's something to be said, and I mean you've played with me, I tilt more than anyone, and there's something to be said. Just the one time that I kill him, even if he's 20-0 and I kill him the one time, I'm gonna let him know that he was wrong to oppose me in the first place.
Right, and I've seen some of the macros that Mike has queued up with the long diatribe from like almost the most dramatic scene of a movie from years ago. Just ready.
I of course have no idea what you're talking about.
It's all safe for work. It's nothing that
Oh,
I
yeah.
would actually consider toxic.
Yeah, I'm surprisingly never gotten banned. Yeah, no, though I'd always say, you know, that's an interesting idea, not a good one, but interesting nonetheless. Things like that. I actually don't use them anymore since I got my new computer. I haven't inputted new ones in, but I should.
You're reformed, as they say. You're living
No,
the
now
reformed life.
Now I'm just toxic manually.
Right, yeah. It just takes a little bit extra time, a little more typing, maybe a little more thought.
Right.
You were
I don't get-
innovating on one of those like roll tables of insults. it felt like.
Yep. And for some reason, I've discovered in this game, people get really upset when you punctuate. Like like the average league player in a ranked match can't handle punctuation.
They're tilted by the period.
They're tilted by the period. They're tilted by the exclamation point. They in order, if you want to like effectively commute with the average league player, you need to use broken sentences.
I see. Okay. And what would how many levels of like notch down do you have to go to communicate with the average league player?
I don't even try.
No, there's no trying.
No, I don't know. If I ever successfully communicate with one of my ranked teammates, I will let you know.
All right, that sounds good. We are now ready. I am going to switch us on over to the game, and hopefully we will start seeing it. Uh-oh. Just need one more second to make sure that it's going to pop up. All right, so why don't you tell us a little bit about what we're gonna see today in this game, Mike? As you can see, the champions are there for you. Oh, you're muted, by the way.
I think Sejuani's Kazik Sejuani is going to be the linchpin here for the red team, right? I think she's gonna set up the plays. I think she's going to get everybody fed. But obviously they have the Mundo as well, right? So I answered a question you didn't ask. I thought you were asking me who was favored as far as I was concerned, and just by the champion select, I am picking red team.
Sounds great. I am just trying to figure out here. We're having a little bit of tech issue, just trying to get the game up, so bear with us, as now I'm going to be capturing our League of Legends game. All right, just 1 second. Just need to make sure it's coming up. So, Mike, why don't you run us through one of the other this or that questions as well, if you have them.
Yeah. Let me pull those up here. Just 1 second here.
All right, just give us a second.
So, well, here's one that I wrote down that's not a this or that. I just found it first. What champion says the most about a person?
The most about a person? I mean, I've got to say, it's got to be either an ADC or a top laner. Or maybe a jungler. Shaco could be up there. Maybe Shaco is my top of mind one that I'm thinking. That's a really crazy one.
Shaco's an interesting pick. Okay. I would have said Tryndamere or like a Yasuo is probably what I would say, because nobody tilts harder than either of those two.
I mean, yeah, I could see that being the case for sure.
What is the reddest flag in Champ Select?
The reddest flag in Champ Select? What does that mean?
Like, what is the biggest red flag in Champ Select?
Biggest red flag in Champ Select. Definitely someone who immediately wants to play a different role. That's what I've got to say.
Okay. They're not even willing to fill.
Yeah, I mean, someone who says I was filled, I'm going to immediately start playing Yuumi. What do you think? What's your biggest red flag?
All caps.
All caps. That's it?
All caps, or maybe let me think. What about you guys, chat? What do you think is the biggest red flag for Champ Select? I think cruise control for sure. I don't know
It's
what that means.
cruise control for cool. What's that mean? What's that mean,
Oh.
Bumble?
Cruise control for cool. Yeah, what does that mean? Yeah, for me, it would have to be either all caps or all caps is cruise control for cool. That makes sense. So making sure that you're not too cool. I would say all caps or usually they're pretty, like going like auto-locking Yuumi jungle, like you said. They're usually pretty to Riot's credit, they've gotten a lot better at like troll management. Like I've seen a lot less trolls in the games as of late. Like it used to be a lot worse than it is now. Like sometimes you just get an AFK immediately at the start of a game, and you'd have to play out an entire game.
All right, so now we're ready to start. Thank you, everyone, for holding up with us as we see immediately in the chat, who the hell banned Milio? So you still with us, Mike, ready to start the game?
Let's do this.
Awesome. So here we go. We've got like classic 5-point going on here. So we can see a little bit of vision being spread around the map. Ooh, the first damage given by Who Ate My Pop-Tarts and Tiltree Clinton. That's a beautiful Soraka Q.
Yeah, and Tiltree Clinton, not a tank Soraka top, by the way. And that's Tiltree Clinton doing the normal. Tiltree support. I didn't realize that. Okay, so Tiltree's an extremely aggressive support. Tiltree likes to just makes it his life's mission to make sure that the uses every spell he can on the ADC, so the ADC has a bad day.
I mean, I love playing Soraka aggressively, so I am absolutely in favor of that and ready to see it this game.
Absolutely. I
All
think
right. Big skirmishes.
Yeah, looks like Gnar is pushing up pretty good. Top lane, just kind of everybody's minding their own business in the jungle. It's a polite jungle this round.
Yeah, I mean, the junglers and the top laners, oddly, less skirmishing than everywhere else across the map.
That's right. And the blue team seems to be a little bit on the aggressive side, with the exception of mid, maybe.
Right.
And blue team is dangerously going forward without any sight. Not that it turns out to matter because of the Sejuani being where the Sejuani's at, but it is a dangerous call. Same with Gnar.
Something that I neglected to note previously is Emo Loser I'm seeing on Yunara actually played in Topaz a few times. I've played against them and with them before. Pretty talented ADC. I'm surprised to see them in Ruby. Maybe this is where they originally came from, but I have a feeling that they're going to really shine here.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I didn't recognize the name or anything. We've got Blazing Bowman and Gnar going at it.
Yeah. Just like from last week, Blazing, Bowman, Blowman.
Oh, is it? Did I say it wrong?
No, you got it right.
You're. I got you.
I'm just referencing last week. All right. Oh, and the throwing abilities right back at each other from mid.
Yeah. See, it looks like the aggression hasn't. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, they're ready, but Sejuani is here, ready to gank. Firefly hoping to lure Hui into that bush. Hui is not taking the bait. As we have
Yeah, and
Cho'Gath
Hui-
in the bottom river.
Hui has, or the entire blue team seems to be kind of on their back feet now. Just because being so aggressive so early, running out of mana and running out of health.
Yeah, this is the
Okay.
interesting part of lane, where we're gonna see the TPs come out just as Fireflies TP'd back to lane in order to catch this wave. Hui, now down in Amp Tome, has to decide, is he willing to stay and push this out, or is he going to get pushed out of lane himself? Oh, and that quickly brought Firefly back down to Skippy McSkipper's HP there.
But Hui really has the damage output with all of his, all of his spells and the... Oop, we got a gank coming in here.
Yeah.
Sejuani coming in on Tiltry Clinton. Doesn't land the stun. Vayne condemns away as they safely thwart the gank.
Yeah, and get some damage back on their lane opponents in response. All right. Beautiful stuff there from Who Ate My Pop-Tarts to situationally make some space for him and his support, being the only person who could stop him and keep him still, Sejuani.
Right, yeah, Sejuani, good gank, right? It was just responded to flawlessly. And the game continues.
Yeah, unfortunately, no oracles out from either of the junglers, so they did not. Sejuani was not able to see, because Ixik not able to see that ward in the pixel brush, deftly placed by Tiltry Clinton.
Must have heard me commenting on being too far forward without wards.
Oh yeah, I mean, we learn our lessons. That's the key of League of Legends. And here we have a top skirmish, but Cho'Gath is here for the gank, and Sejuani just a little too late on the counter there. First blood goes to Cho'Gath.
Vayne goes in and gets some damage on Yunara. Keeps going.
Yeah, and there you go. The
Soraka lands an E and a banana. Yep. Oh,
The
sorry.
Soraka Q into W wins almost any fight with this amount of levels put into the skills. Who Ate My Pop-Tarts feeling strong enough to continue the push, as it's free HP from Tiltry Clinton onto his ADC there.
They grabbed the first the first plate.
Yeah, and here we go. We've got Kha'Zix, no ward in that pixel brush, and he's pinking the tri-bush. He is ready for a gank here, but will it pan out as Tiltry Clinton has no mana? Who Ate My Pop-Tarts potentially in a position to stay too far up, and the gank is not realized.
I'm really surprised he backed off there.
Yeah, I'm
That was a-
wondering if it is the idea, I don't want to waste more time on a gank that I already failed.
Right, he must have saw him in the bush. I didn't see that.
Wow, well done from Hui. Quick combo onto Firefly. Skippy McSkipper, pretty dominant in this lane.
Yep, and he has. Here he goes. The Hui poke. I mean, you can QW from far away, right? Or which one's the far one? Now I don't even know. I have to do it. It's muscle memory. There's the really far one.
That's
There's the
QW.
river. Yeah, and then there's the river QE, I think.
Yep.
Right, and then QQ. They're all.
QQ
They're
is
all-
my
it's just
crying face. That's crying in AOL emotes.
Emoticons.
Yeah. All right, so here we go. We've got some more skirmishing in every lane, as now we've got a lane gank from Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath just walking into this lane, unfortunately gets hit by that Seraphine Q, and the gank is no more. Cho'Gath looking to potentially clear the spawning bot side jungle. Blazing Bowman taking many of these Gnar W passive hits. Tiltry Clinton trying to lure the enemy bot lane in. Oh, the Condemny stun Seraphine. Cho'Gath Q almost knocks her up. She manages to flash away in time. As now, looks like we've got Sejuani starting up these Rift Grubs as Cho'Gath is left on his bot side.
It looks like the blue team is simply not aware that their grubs are being taken.
Yeah, and
Which is unfortunate because it would be a perfect time for Dragon.
Yes, the perfect handshake, as I always like to call it. But Firefly seeing, I mean, we saw Firefly go up, see if Kazik needed any help, and no, it's a clean take.
There we go. He might take this opportunity to go in the jungle, but there's nothing there for him to take. So now he's going to try. Now he's going to try for Dragon, but Sejuani's on her way back down.
Yeah, and we saw that preemptive heal come out from Soraka for the extra move speed. Kazik realizing something must be up. I haven't seen Cho'Gath around. Cho'Gath has already taken the dragon down to half of its HP, and smite into a feast. That is a dragon already for the blue team.
Looks like Sejuani's going to back off on. Oh, go ahead.
Blazing Bowman in danger now as Gnar approaches. Oh, has to ult. Does Dr. Mundo get away? Oh, just one auto away potentially, but Blazing Bowman uses his ult and survives.
And that's probably why Mundo gets banned in Topaz.
Yeah, Mundo goes where he pleases, including back home. Oh, Firefly, nice flash to avoid the QW from Quay.
Seraphine lands her E, empowered E, but unfortunately it was under the turret and no true damage could be done.
It's still satisfying to do. Anytime I'm playing Seraphine, I'm like, you know, maybe I won't do the most damage as support, but I'll be hitting my abilities and tickling them. Here we go, Blazing Bowman wanting to stop Durganude's back. All right, it's just skirmish city here. Even as 10 minutes have gone by, 1 dragon taken, 3 grubs taken. The handshake a bit delayed, but did happen, and only 1 kill on the board.
And everybody's being extremely careful this game, right? Looks like the farm is slight.
Oh. Here we go, Durganude trying to fight off a gank from Kazik. Sorry to interrupt you there, Mike, but Kazik's ult comes up to Durganude and face check vibes is here in time. Let's see. Blazing Bowman manages to get away with just a little bit of his HP left. Although Hui, Skippy McSkipper looking for something here, does not find what he was looking for.
That darn Mundo.
As he plays his ukulele off into the sunset.
So what I was about to say here is that look at Gnar's farm, right? 95 at 10 minutes, right? Or I guess 11 minutes. And Syndra's as well, right? I think I don't understand the gold diff. Oh, there's not a gold diff anymore. Never mind. Took me so long to look at it.
Right, and looking at this, it is neck and neck still. There's not much of a difference between the two teams. It's still anyone's game as they've got great CS on both sides.
Great CS and only 1 kill, right? So that explains the small lead that there is.
Right, but here we go. We've got top lane continuing to skirmish. As we saw Cho'Gath in the mid lane just go a little bit by.
Mega ran out.
All right. We've got an ult coming out from both Seraphine and Yunara, but it doesn't look like it's enough as these Soraka W's keep Where My Pop-Tarts so healthy. Vayne manages to take down Yunara, now looking for the Seraphine in the back, but will Sejuani be here in time to save? No, but the Condemn comes out, and now we're back to top lane where the skirmish has been continuing, and Durganude and Blazing Bowman both fighting for their lives. Mundo pops the ult, and Durganude goes down. Gnar destroyed by Dr. Mundo there in that fateful 1v1.
A lot happened in that minute or so there, right? Like it was a good turn of events for Blue, all over the map.
Yeah, absolutely. That might earn them the right amount of time they need to get set up for the rest of the game. As we are going to start to see the dragon coming up soon. Let me just pull the timers up. Objective timers. We do have Rift Herald in 1 minute and 30 seconds. That's going to be neat to set up, and then Cloud Drake in 40 seconds.
That's a good question that we should have asked before the game, right? Which one of these champions would you not want to give 2 kills unanswered? My answer would have been Vayne.
Vayne, great answer. I mean, even Syndra, I'm deathly afraid of every Syndra player because I'm not even sure if they know how their E works, but it just it just works.
It works and it ends lives. It is a life-ending event, life-altering event.
Okay.
Ooh, nice dodge on the E.
All right, Tiltry Clinton forced to flash away as we've got face check vibes coming in for a potential counter gank in case Kha'Zix is staying, but it looks like both teams are trying to set up the Cloud Drake at the moment. Blazing Bowman and Durganoon back at it again. Durganoon comes out with the ult, lands on Dr. Mundo's little battery, and Durganoon forced to go back into the turret, but does not make it. Dr. Mundo, second kill, solo bolo.
Solo bolo. And that's going to be some free damage on that turret top lane. Unfortunately, the battle of the tank. Oh,
Wow.
Mundo's teleporting bot to change this fight.
Yeah, we got the Sejuani ult coming down, slowing Soraka. Soraka forced to heal, but Dr. Mundo and the Seraphine ult gets both Vayne and Soraka, and it looks like this is the right amount of pressure as 5 members of the team are here to take this dragon. They are gonna just push that wave in and get the objective.
Looks like Hwei is just going to get some damage on that mid turret. Cho'Gath's going to go and try to get some damage, or maybe potentially get the Rift Herald.
Yeah, and the first turret has gone down, bot. And here we have Syndra looking for that QE, and it lands, and Vayne falls to the full Syndra combo, including her ult. All right, we see Who Ate My Pop-Tarts just slightly underestimating, potentially, the speed and the damage that comes with those mid lane boots.
Those mid lane boots.
Yeah, and here we have the Rift Herald taken in response from Blue Team. They went straight to this objective, knowing that the top side is their friend as the first turret bot has been taken. It's going to be that much harder.
Complete.
Yeah. It's going to be that much harder for them to take any of the bot side objectives now that there's so much pressure. But
that's right, and it looks like the bot lane and the mid lane have effectively switched on the red side, but not on the blue side.
yeah, and we're going to see how Hwei is going to be able to deal with this as he is a level up on his lane opponent. But when it's 2 people coming against him, even though they're level 9, that's a swift, slow, and Seraphine stun that's awaiting him.
Soraka looks like he's coming in to give the assist.
Yeah, Soraka lying in wait in that chicken pit as Skippy McSkipper now takes the initiative to head back bot lane. Durganoon fighting for his life up here, Mega Nars, but jumps a little too far. Mundo manages to take the turret, and now it is just a brawl as Durganoon says, I don't want this. Tiltry Clinton caught a little bit out of position, gets charmed and Sejuani stunned, and falls to the Sejuani. But then again, Firefly is down here out of position as well, potentially. Manages to do some of her combo, but the ult does not come out to kill Hwei.
Man, it's just back and forth all night.
Yes. All right, over under, now that we've got the tiniest bit of a lull. How many stacks is Cho'Gath getting? I think he's already gotten 3 in 17 minutes.
Well, he got the one at Dragon. He got the one... I'm gonna say 3 or 4. Yeah.
When he comes on screen, let's see. He can't see it just now, so we will have to check after the game. But he's starting to look a little bigger. He's not the small boy he once was.
He's a growing boy. He's been feasting.
Yes, and he's fed indeed. 2-0 with the Rift Herald in his pocket. He's waiting for the right moment to place that.
Give me a moment. I have to kick the cat out of the room.
Oh no. Catdo goes where he pleases, I thought.
He's in trouble.
So cute. Alright. With top turret tier 1 and bot turret tier 1 down, it looks like red side has full control of those sides of the map. It's going to be hard for these objectives. And now the mid turret is on 1 HP, as now it's 3 people in the mid lane trying to defend it. And 3 from red side on the siege. Ooh, Emo Loser gets knocked up by the Cho'Gath, silenced, but this nice Seraphine ult into the Sejuani ult keeps Cho'Gath still, gives Emo Loser the room to back up and readjust. Alright, Syndra QE, and that's half of Hui's HP gone. Cho'Gath gets inside and is driving, and potentially gonna knock this turret down. But it looks
Will they get a
like
second? Nope.
it will stand.
Ooh, that's just a hair away. I hate that feeling.
Yeah, as this fight is going on mid, we do see that Mundo is pushing down that top turret, but Cho'Gath looking for something here, losing all of his HP as he's just waxed down by the lethal tempo Yunara.
Syndra's
Right.
coming in from the side here too. They're gonna try to get that mid turret before the blue team can get theirs.
Yeah, looks like Hui is wrapping around as well. Hui potentially getting this ult on, but the QE from Syndra still comes through. And let's see, Syndra's HP stands. All right, and that is the mid turret down. Each tier 1 turret has been broken down already.
And that top turret's already more than half gone.
You're talking for red side. Right.
No, for
Oh
blue
no, you're
side.
talking about blue side, that top tier 2. Yes, it's even though red has all their tier 1 turrets, they are quite low, but still a turret is a turret. That's some added pressure for them to potentially get the first jump at this infernal drag that we have Infernal Soul this game.
That's right. And I can't. Let's see here. Where's
All right, Vayne ult pops, and Yunara forced to back all the way up as the heal comes out, and W from Seraphine. Sejuani with the counter gank manages to get the stuns, charms onto both the ADC and the support. Emo Loser makes it out as Sejuani collects a double kill. And now Cho'Gath is on the run.
Man, just in the past few minutes here, the red team has really started to capitalize on all the gaps.
Yeah, Kazik always being in the right spot at the right time, as well as the fact that Gnar can't really leave Mundo alone. Mundo left alone is a dead top turret.
That's right. Unfortunately, the Gnar doesn't always have a choice on when he can leave.
Right.
Sometimes.
And there we go, Gnar walking right back into Mundo. Mundo not caring, getting ulted and W'd, but just walking away.
Yeah. He's like, don't worry, I got a ukulele.
Yeah, I'll throw that. All right. Who ate my Pop-Tarts? Very aggressive, ending up walking straight into the Sejuani that he couldn't see, and that's half of his HP bar gone. As Hui also chunked down to half. Cho'Gath with the counter gank, managing to not get his eat out on Seraphine, but Seraphine forced to sit in the backline now.
Mundo's coming down to get a taste of the action. Walks
Mundo's
down, throws a Q.
joining the party in mid lane as it's now becoming an ARAM, potentially soon an ARAM mayhem, as, Sejuani uses her ult to zone away as Vayne uses her condemn. Now there's no pressure from blue team. Mundo ready to push that turret down, and it falls.
Yep, and they may stay for another one. Mundo has decided he wants these turrets, and you know what? He's hungry. He's gonna do it.
He faces very little resistance, as Vayne must be very judicious with who she condemns, as
Right.
it's not possible to condemn Sejuani and Mundo both.
Right. Well, and in the first condemn on if his spell shield isn't down, isn't gonna work on Mundo anyway.
Right. Mundo just experiencing the fantasy of being the immovable object there.
and there's no unstoppable force.
No, there's no unstoppable force to meet him this game. But maybe soon there will be. Vayne is collecting her items. She's completed her second and is now ready to build some more attack speed to get that W passive procced on Mundo.
If there is a champ that's gonna pull him out of this, it would be the Vayne. Maybe the Hui, right? Because Hui can dish out the damage too, depending on what he's building, which it looks like nothing max health yet.
Yeah, potentially eventually some burn of a Leandri's, but right now just the burn from that. Oh, here we go. Top skirmish is turning into a potential 4v1 as Blazing Bowman is forced to run for his life. Gets knocked up by the Cho'Gath Q, and Durganoon lands back on top of him. Q, and that is a shutdown for Cho'Gath. Face check vibes, collecting that major amount of gold.
Vayne thinking that he can do something about that Seraphine. Nope.
Yeah, well, pushes them out of the Baron, potentially to do some sweeping and ward placing of their own. Tiltery following very close behind Vayne. I know the feeling of a scared Soraka.
That's right. I'll go anywhere you go, Vayne, but you gotta go there first.
Right. So we've got the Baron up and 2 minutes to drag as both sides are looking to press their pressure through vision on the map. It looks like red side is winning the vision war as we speak, but it's only a matter of time.
Gnar taking top. And look at that. What I love about this Cho'Gath, he goes and he sits in like that little nook by the lane. Like, I'm not here, even though I'm ginormous.
Right. I'm sure if League of Legends were realistic, you would be able to see him over the walls.
Exactly. Fog of War does not exist.
All right, we've got 4 people on red side collapsing around the Baron, looking to potentially set up a cheese bush here, or just collect his jungle. This double sweeping of that area. Blue team knows that is no longer our jungle. It is a no-go zone.
That's right. And again, I just want to direct your attention to the farm. Even though they've been all up in this Cho'Gath's business this entire time, he still is keeping up neck and neck farm-wise.
Yeah, this Cho'Gath as the jungler, I mean, there's some guarantee to it, but still great kill participation and great clearing of the farm. There's no complaints on the play here. Here we have Skippy potentially under threat as Firefly and Kha'Zix start to chase him down. PP Bandit coming around for the flank. This is a long lane now, but maybe he's just making time as Soraka, Cho'Gath, Vayne, and Gnar begin to collapse around the dragon. The 4 members of red team now looking, saying, wait, where are they? Blue team pushed off the Baron by just Mundo alone.
Yeah, but there was a big wave of angry red teammates coming towards the
and there we go. Vayne getting caught out by the Seraphine E. The cleanse is not, or all of the healing could not save from the Seraphine charm that eventually came out. Vayne falls, and Soraka with her. Now this is looking like an easy setup for a Baron. I see that it is being pinged now as they're deciding between the 2 objectives. They end up going for the dragon instead. All right, Mundo on keep away duty as now he is ready for a 1v3, but is he actually, as Cho'Gath now looks aggressive? Firefly coming for the assist and lands the stun on Gnar. But it looks like instead they will go back to taking the dragon.
Red team's going through and they're securing. This will be their 3rd dragon. And unfortunately, blue team can't really do much about it.
Right, and that'll put them on Soul Point.
Yeah.
It truly is the danger zone with Yunara and Syndra, especially with the amount of damage that they put out. They're now receiving a percentage multiplier on their damage, so there's no tank really. Cho'Gath is tanky enough, but not enough to deal with both Syndra and Yunara.
Right, and Gnar would be the 2nd option, but Gnar's just had a tough time this game, right? He hasn't been able to he hasn't been able to do his thing. He's been farming, right? But unfortunately, that's just not enough this game.
Yeah, with only 2 turrets taken on the red side, it's looking like the pressure is mounting for the blue team. All right, as it's now almost ARAM time, we see the forces of good and evil are gathering in the mid lane. I won't say which side is which, but it looks like this turret, Cho'Gath really wants to make it fall down.
I know this turret has been so close to death for so long, but they just can't seem to blow it over. They can't seem to huff and puff and blow it over.
Yeah. All right, and this Baron now is the new objective, the new shiny object to dance around. Yunara avoiding a Cho'Gath Q, potentially super danger. Just the QE. Wow. Wow. Syndra's QEQ or QEW destroys Vayne, and then Yunara quickly dispatches Cho'Gath. That Blade of the Ruin King doing wonders for the percentage HP damage. This is a free dragon, essentially, for the red team, as Hui and Soraka struggle to clear the mid lane.
Even if Hui and Soraka wanted to come over there, they wouldn't be able to answer a Syndra. Like that whole combo is just a wham bam, thank you. You're dead.
Yeah, and because Hui has gone this damage over time build, oh, Blazing Bowman now forced into a situation where he must choose to run away or be collapsed on. He had no idea where Hui was. Now, I have a feeling he could have won that if he really stuck around and wanted to.
Oh, interesting. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, it's interesting that Hui went this damage over time build because that's exactly what Seraphine with this Diadem and Moonstone is looking to counter. She's gonna keep her friends alive completely as he's just whittling them down. She's building them back up.
The other interesting thing that you see here is that with, Yunara has, Blade of the Ruin King and, with some lifesteal, and Mundo is Mundo, right? There's not really a lot of heal cut. The only heal cut item I see is Oblivion Orb from Cho'Gath.
Yeah, Cho'Gath and that Bramble Vest on Gnar, but if he's ever targeted, it's few and far between that he's actually the target of it. Yunara, of course, ooh, that is a beautiful kill for Hui as he snuck up on Firefly. Skippy McSkipper getting the shutdown. As
we have okay.
Red team looking to siege as the condemn goes on to Sejuani. Tiltree Clinton a bit out of position as Emo Loser now ready to put out the damage. Seraphine ult gets both Cho'Gath and Vayne, and they are both falling to the Yunara. All right.
Mundo coming into the base and saying, I just don't care.
Yeah, Mundo standing exactly still and not taking any damage is very scary to perceive. Ooh, massive HP increase there as Durganoon is forced to flash away from his own base as it looks like the pressure is mounting. The Baron minions are there and the siege continues and they cannot keep Yunara away from these turrets. The first Nexus turret falls and Kazik going back for the inhibitor almost as to add salt to the wound as now the second Nexus turret falls and that is the end of the game. A beautiful job.
That was a snowball effect game, right? Everybody,
yes, completely.
Blue team held on so well for so long, but then once the first axe dropped,
yeah, then it was all over completely. It all began to fall apart.
And the PP Bandit has claimed victory in the chat.
Great. Yay, I did it. Yes, you did, PP Bandit. How would you like to come on stream and talk a little bit about that game? Let's see if we get a response from PP Bandit. Any potential interview opportunity?
I'll ping him on the side here.
All right, sounds good. Suddenly I don't speak English. That's all right.
Sad face.
So
that's all right.
Moments, who are you giving the award to that game, who's your player of the game?
For MVP, that is a really good question. Obviously, the Inara was doing the Lord's work, right? Like going in and just deleting anything that was in front of her, right? But I gotta give it. I think I'm gonna give it to Sejuani or the Mundo. I'm gonna say Sejuani. Kazik was everywhere he needed to be. He always protected his team. He was on top of every objective, right? I think it was Kazik. What about you?
Well, here's my take. My take is actually that it's Mundo. Mundo is the one who broke open this game, but if we could give just a second of honor to Durganoon, who toughed it out in the top lane, and sure, you could say his damage numbers were inflated because of how much damage he was doing to Mundo, who's a HP tank, but still,
Right.
that's to be down in lane and still hold your own and try to keep the team together. That's
And keep
beautiful.
that much farm, like as much farm as he was getting, right? Like that's not an easy task when you're down that hard. Usually, if you're behind in lane, you're just taking whatever farm Mundo decides to give you.
Yes,
Right?
and
Like-
Mundo wasn't just leaving Gnar to their own devices there. All right, we now, Mike, if you don't have anything you want to say about that game, I'll give you a chance to before we take the tiniest of breaks.
Yeah, unless somebody wants to volunteer from that team to come in for an interview.
It doesn't look like we are going to be able to get anyone there.
All right.
So
Well, that's
in
fair.
the meantime, we are going to take a 2-3 minute break. Thank you all for watching. You are tuned in to the Chicago Metropolitan Sports Association League of Legends 2026 Season 2, Week 2. We've already had 1 week of these. They were great games. And we will be back with the second game of the night, in which we'll be watching the Topaz League, which is Emerald and above. Some Masters players, some Grandmasters. We've got a Challenger in there. This is going to be an amazing game, and we will be right back with that after this short break.
Real quick before we go for a break, I just wanted to shout out, if you want to join CMSA, it's an open group, right? We're very accepting. So you can be a sub for this season. You can volunteer in any other ways. So yeah,
you could
throwing a shout out.
work with us as a producer. We would love to have you.
We would.
All right. All right. Thank you all. All right. Welcome back. We are back after that short break. Mike got water, I got water. Cheers to the hydrated people in chat. And we are here
right.
for the
And I stuffed my
second.
face with the rest of that cookie.
Oh, you did. How is that cookie?
Gone. And
Gone.
it was like 2,000 calories. It's great.
Oh no, it can't possibly be that much. But we are ready now for the second of our night of games. If you heard me before the break, we're about to be watching Boomer to Walrus, Jules, Pest, Chime Gatherer, and Blue Badger against Travi, Nondescript, Quaib, MTP, and River Otter in the Topaz League. And so that brings us to this next set of games. Mike, do you know any of these players?
I remember Boomer to Walrus from last week. That's
So,
it. I don't know.
And that was on the losing side, Boomer to Walrus. Now, with Jules in the jungle, there might be a difference to be seen against but it is River Otter, so we are now getting in to our games here. We are in the draft phase after a quick look at that most picked and most banned. Let's see. The first ban that we're gonna see. You see that hover? Is that just
Don't do it.
for us?
Don't do it. Oh.
And Mundo is gone immediately, padding the stats.
Didn't even give him a chance. You could have given him hope.
No. And Syndra, in response, we saw how Syndra was able to just knock people down that last game. Hello, hello. And goodbye to Gwen as well. I know Gwen is a super dangerous pick. We do not want to be seeing Gwen in the jungle or in the top lane if you are a tank.
The last team has already been banned out, right? Basically, there was a Mundo and a Syndra in the last game, so they're gone.
Yeah, there's no hope for them to continue to play as they played last game if they were in Topaz, because these players, they are not having it.
And Xin Zhao.
I mean, the hover of Aatrox and then going into Xin Zhao. Xin Zhao, super dangerous jungler in this league, as well as interesting pick on Rammus. Rammus must be a specific counter niche. I'm so interested to see what they end up picking.
A pet pick.
Yeah, a pet pick. Rammus does look like the Moss Stomper if you squint. The green jungle pet.
Turn your head one way.
Yeah, turn your head one way, squint, cover your eye, and that's exactly him. All right.
I know what you're referencing.
So here we go. What is it?
Ezreal.
Ezreal on Boomer. And so I've seen Boomer's Ezreal. This is about to get scary. I wish we would have an automatic counter on the screen of Q's hit and Q's missed, because, and that's not even a dig, this is Boomer's champion. Boomer is so skilled at this.
Okay. Versus a Caitlyn.
And Caitlyn on the enemy team. We might see River Otter also choose their support, as Caitlyn very connected to some supports who are able to hold the enemy down. Potentially Thresh coming out.
And Caitlyn can play so safe. Ooh.
Wow, a Mumu. I mean, once again, it's Caitlyn's MO to have her allies hold down the enemy so she can shoot. Now,
so you're thinking that's a Mumu support, not jungle?
I think it'll be jungle still, but here we have Lilia. Maybe if it is a Mumu support, we're gonna see the. Oh, I know it's very scary to pick Lilia, so I think the decisions are being made in real time as we're watching. Fiddlesticks pick comes out, as Lilia just is not acceptable while Milio is not banned. All right. What else are we gonna see here?
I don't know. I don't know any of these people. I,
So
I assume.
there we
I
go.
was gonna say,
Karma switching
support
up.
pick.
Blue Badger switching up to pick Karma. Karma Ezreal, that's a fantastic lane. I mean, a quick Imperial Mandate potential and Moonstone from Karma. And not only are you doing damage, you are putting crazy shields. And there's the Thresh.
Right. There we go. So we got one team going for kind of like the lockdown, pull towards, trap people,
Yeah.
and the blue team going for looks like poke
Poke.
and
Poke
Yeah.
and Fear.
poke and fear.
All right. Here we go. We're going to see the second round of bans. Looks like there's going to be some mid lane targeting in this game as well. Potentially some top lane tanks. Oh, there we've got the Milio ban. Are they thinking that this is a Karma mid? The Milio ban is very interesting. I think that's raising some eyebrows potentially on this other team as we've got to ask ourselves, is this BM or is this for real? You think Karma's mid?
Well, Karma could be mid. You don't know.
That's true.
You
You don't know.
You don't know. We I don't know. The champ select is already exciting. What do I do?
Yeah, I mean, I knew when I saw Caitlyn, River Otter would pick something like Thresh, and then we'd have this lockdown team, but what we're missing here is a control mage. I think Red Side is going to end up with Orianna, with Anivia, with Victor. If they are still up, if they're still up after Pest's next ban, then I think blue team might be in a little bit of danger, as they still need to have that firm lockdown, or the AoE lockdown, so Fiddle can get where he wants to go.
Yeah, right now there's not really anybody. I mean, I guess Karma can root people for a while, right? But
She'll spin a yarn, and when she's done spinning, you'll fall asleep.
But other than that, there's not really a lot to keep people still.
Yeah. Right.
Or anything, I guess.
And it was a Akali ban in case there was some need for magic damage assassination on the red side. Let's see who that was really targeting. Darius
look at that.
is hovered. And chosen.
Which gives them the opportunity to counter. We'll see what we get.
Yeah, and we're leaving mid for last on the red side, as now blue is forced to reveal not only their potential mid support flex, but their response in the top lane as well. Darius is a hard one to counter.
What do you think? What do you think we're gonna see as a counter to Darius?
Oh,
Oh,
that is already amazing. Oh, and Sion comes out. Sion can handle his own, but it looks like it's if Darius is going Conqueror, it might be a bleed fest up in the top lane as he just tries to take advantage and bully the Sion.
I mean, I was just saying that didn't have a lot of tank or things to hold things down, but you don't get much tankier than Sion.
That's true. But it does look like the only immediate hard lockdown from the blue side will be Fiddlestick's Fear, as the Victor AoE stun and into Sion Q or Sion ults will look good, but will they be able to get to the Caitlyn, what they desperately will need to do? And there we have it. Kennen coming out. It may not be Travis Kennen. Is it Travis Kennen? Is Travi on this account?
You don't know.
We will have to see as we prepare to get into this game.
As we're looking at these teams, which team do you think, just from like forget the summoners, right?
It is
From just the
Travi.
champions. Which champions do you think, or which team do you think will win based solely on the team comp?
All right. The AoE control mage that I was mentioning, that could be Kennen. He is more of an assassin, but that ultimate ability paired with a Mumu and paired with Darius being able to get in and do the cleanup while Caitlyn was making sure that Kennen had the space to get in, I think this is dangerous. I see red team pulling through here.
And this is the prophecy that that he had foretold last week, right? Last week he said, "I want to show off my Kennen. I must show
Yeah.
off my Kennen."
Yeah.
This is his chance to be banned for now and forever.
Yeah, and Bormillion on the stream earlier, we saw that was if it was up to his control, Kennen would have never made it through, but here we are on this side, and we're looking at in 2 minutes and 45 seconds, we're gonna see the start of this game, and it's gonna be a really exciting one. I could imagine Topaz being an invade angle. Do you remember last week's Topaz game?
Yes.
Where
Nuts.
they started trying to go for that bot lane cheese. They didn't manage to do it, but maybe both teams will send 5 bot. I have a good feeling.
I think you're right. I think I don't know, man. Like, obviously the Fiddlesticks is gonna try to get saucy. But there's not much really they can do against that team, right? You've got
Yeah.
a Darius, you've got a Thresh, you've got an Amumu. You make one mistake and you stand out of place, you're gone. I mean, with the
Yeah.
exception of Scion, not many of them can take much abuse.
Yeah, and ultimately this Victor, not much movement, and this Kennen is going to be a fast mover around the mid lane. I think it's going to be fought, won, and or lost, depending on the epic monster fights surrounding the mid lane. Will Victor be able to push Kennen out of lane, or is Kennen going to make it to these epic fights that push the tide in these Topaz games?
And this is Travis' chance to shine.
Yeah,
Right?
show
Will he-
us whether Kennen is a force or if Kennen is a farce.
I like it.
Yeah. So, this or that, while we still got a minute or so, I've got
All right.
one more for you.
Let's hear it.
ARAM Mayhem, and this is for chat too. I want to see chat's response to this. ARAM Mayhem or Nexus Blitz? If you had one bullet in your gun and you're forced to show it to one of these game modes,
I'm gonna ask. I know that I played it, but I can't remember Nexus Bliss. Which one's that?
that's with all the mini games, and then eventually at 24 minutes, your Nexus becomes the golem, and they go duke it
that's
out in
right.
the middle.
That's right. Which one would I play?
Yeah, which one are you keeping for everyone, yourself included?
Nexus Blitz.
Wow, Nexus Blitz. Are you not big on ARAM Mayhem?
It's okay.
Wow.
I don't know. I'm not
Just
really
okay.
I'm not really an ARAM fan.
This game made me like ARAM. I used to be an ARAM anti, and now I'm big on ARAM Mayhem. ARAM Mayhem might have killed my league career.
I don't hate it. I just don't. I don't know. I like knowing which champ. I like picking which. I'm a Zillion. I have 1.5 million mastery points in Zillion. I like picking Zillion.
That's it. It's the not playing new champions.
I'm on the spectrum. I don't like change.
Oh, there we go. Medicalizing. I like it. That's good. All right. If that looks all good, just add the objective timers. Okay. Soon we will be in this game as we have just started. We want to get started on time here. And there we are. We are getting started, and
they're off.
here we've got it. Travi looking anxious coming out of this game. As now,
Look at that. I'm Kennen.
yeah, you see him on that side, and we see on the blue side also starting to go for this 5-point, as it is not the cheese fest that I imagined it would be.
Well, I mean, Thresh still has a chance to cheese, right? He is Thresh. Oh,
Yeah.
He could pull right there. Is he? Will he? Will he?
All right,
I'm
Ooh.
holding my breath, waiting
that's
for it.
one, but it's also one for nondescript. As let's take a look at the top lane also. Because what? This dance fest and emote fest. All right, I'm glad we caught a little bit of it.
There is honor. There is honor among Topaz.
Yes, and that was beautiful music being played by them both. As it looked to be Pentacle Darius, and maybe it was just the dancing from this beautiful Scion skin.
Just a reminder, if anybody is just tuning in, this is Topaz, which is high, it's Masters. Oh,
Oof. All right, there we go. MTP getting the first blood onto Scion, but maybe Chime Gatherer Scion wanted it. Oh, and look at that. Darius does make it away. Don't worry, we didn't cut away too soon before the end. MTP taking a little bit of HP.
I didn't think that was going to be a kill.
No. I mean, who did you think was going to win the 1v1 of Darius level 1 and Scion level 1?
I didn't think they were actually going to fight. I was just talking.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They were dancing, and then they did the dance of battle.
The dance of death.
Yes. All right. Pretty standard, as now we are in the midst of lane. I imagine, well, Scion made it back before Darius. That might be Chime Gatherer's special of the Scion give one kill and then win the lane, as here we see Scion beginning to proxy up here. But Quaib on Amumu is up here. Will he be able to punish Chime Gatherer enough?
Lock him down, and yeah.
There we go. Oof.
The
Taken
answer is
out
yes.
of his queue, but he does manage to collect a lot of this wave. It doesn't look like he's going to expend too much of his HP, as
There's a
back on
gank
bot
going bot.
lane, Jules comes in for the gank, but the Thresh Lantern does manage to save Nondescript as he's putting the traps so Jules cannot enter. River Otter and Nondescript now forced into a getaway in the jungle, as it's now 4 people from the blue side collapsing. Victory comes down on Nondescript, is stunned. The kill goes over to Boomer the Walrus, and then the second one on River Otter goes over to Jules. And there we go. Even though blue team has given up 2 kills as Scion onto Darius, that's a great amount of gold given to Jules and Boomer the Walrus right back.
And it's dead even. Look at the gold, right? Like.
And there we go, another gank onto Chime Gatherer leads to more gold for Quaib and MTP as they're stopping his onslaught of the minions. Ooh, here we go. Let's take a look. Got Fiddlesticks behind enemy lines here.
There's no one there to stop him. Amumu's back at base, right? He's gonna just take all the farm he wants. But Amumu, I think, might know about it. I don't know how.
Yeah, and now Jules making their escape. Oof. That is an annoying amount of range on Victor, and that is one of the only saving graces of fighting against Kennen, is how short his range is. Travi waiting for that level 6 to prove that Kennen can do more than just be poked down in lane.
He's more than just an angry Yordle.
Yeah. He's an angry Yordle who has to hit skill shots. Oh. Pest out of mana now as Travi's Fury continues to rise. And the level difference in top lane. Ooh, Travi with that ult flashes onto Victor and gets the kill onto Pest. It's the first blood within that lane.
He did warn everybody that he was going to play Kennen next week.
Yeah, it's true, and this is Travi's main. He was excited in chat to share that is who he would be playing. And he comes back to lane with a Darksteel and a Hextech Alternator. River Otter, a beautiful Q onto Boomer the Walrus, but it doesn't look like it's going in their favor as Boomer begins stacking his lethal tempo onto Nondescript, acknowledging that there's Quaib coming in. Quaib hits the Q on Blue Badger. Travi manages to TP in, and Blue Badger will go down. The Thresh Q onto Ezreal. Boomer barriers, but is it enough? Quaib goes down by the turret, and it is a 1-for-1 in spite of the fact that Red sent 4 people down here.
It was a really good response by Israel, right?
Yeah.
Like, he got out just in time. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, and here we've
Just
got
fresh. No,
River Otter
okay.
was looking for Ezreal, but Boomer able to make it back to his base in time. All right. And it is just already 6 minutes and 9 kills on the board. 9 deaths as well. As now we've got the dragon being taken before the grubs are even up. Still a minute and a half left until the grubs are up. Jules looking to prepare those, and red team putting the pressure they need to get this first Hextech Drake.
Looks like they've got it. There's not much blue team can do, and nor are they trying.
Yeah, and now we've got the ult from Sion. Unfortunately, Chime misses, and Jules misses their ult as MTP is ghosting and running away. MTP says, oh, maybe I will have to fight this. But as they E the Sion, MTP manages to walk back with their life. No forced flash. Chime Gatherer and Jules, unfortunately, did have to use their flash for that gank. Travi coming in with the ult. Pest falls immediately.
Yeah, that's a mean Kennen player, right?
Yeah, and we're seeing this team do exactly what we said they would do. It's just hold down the enemy and do all of the damage at once.
And Kennen is stacking.
Yeah,
So
four stacks already.
each time this happens, he just gets a little bit stronger than he used to be.
Yeah. Oh, and even under turret, a beautiful amount of damage from that combo. River Otter, nice standing in the way for his ADC. Uh-oh. MTP forcing Chime Gatherer away, as Nondescript is now put in a position to CS with very little HP.
Yeah, Sion's having some problems top lane, but he's still farming pretty well. And he's got a plate.
Yeah, and now that these Rift Scrubs are up, we'll see if that's of interest to either team. There's no dragon to handshake, and there won't be for another 3 minutes. So potentially this is an angle for a fight. MTP able to get behind Chime Gatherer's turret. Oof. And that amount of damage will not take him down, but it does! I am wrong. Wow.
Yeah.
And Pest able to be here for the cleanup, a beautiful shutdown gold. And that's all of Sion's deaths onto Darius that have just been now funneled into Pest.
Look at all the dark seals too on the blue team.
Yes.
Right? They're trying to take
Victor trying to take back some momentum by dark sealing it up as well. Hopefully Travi does not take those stacks away from him, he might think.
I mean, it's a cheap bet, right?
Yeah, it's worth a lot of AP for very little cost. And there we see Fiddlesticks now up in the top lane. The first scrub is taken by Quaib, and now Jules and Quaib are ready to skirmish over this. Jules potentially, Quaib lands the Q, the wrap, and then ults onto it. MTP here to destroy Jules, and Sion is coming down for just to brawl, as Darius brought down to half HP, but Amumu has already taken all of the grubs.
That was a good answer. Good answer from the red team, right? Like they collapsed right when they needed to. They secured the kills just the way they should have, and walked away victorious.
Yeah, nothing to be said from Chime Gatherer as he was there just a bit too late. MTP standing in his way potentially. Here we have the TP coming down from Travi to get behind Boomer and Blue Badger. The flash from River Otter and the Q lands into Blue Badger, and Travi is going to secure that kill onto Karma. But looking for Boomer as he ults. The Caitlyn ult comes out, and Travi, hopefully... and Jules coming in with the ult on Fiddlesticks. Wow, and it is back and forth. Travi falls, but not before Blue Badger and Boomer also fall. Chime Gatherer again falling to MTP, but potentially, oh, it's so close to equalizing
Will he
on
do
his
it?
part.
That's what he's doing. He's counting on eventually being just strong enough to last long enough to get the kill as well.
Yeah, and while Travi lost those Darksteel stacks, it's still not over. There have been 17 deaths in this 11-minute game, so anything could happen from here on out. In spite of the lead in kills on red side, there's only a 2k difference in gold.
This is a really bloody battle, right? I think I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah,
I think we should stop the Yordle violence.
stop the violence, except for when it's preordained in a 5v5 team fight surrounding an objective.
Exactly.
Is that a catchy enough slogan to get across?
That is, you know, we should talk to marketing.
We are marketing. Quaib headed in for this gank to set up Nondescript and River Otter, lands 2 Qs and his ult onto them. Boomer DeWaller is forced to flash away as River Otter unfortunately misses a Q onto Blue Badger. Now forced to be in the disengaged position as they look to be just getting out safely. But Travi, lying in wait for a member of the blue team to come his way. He does understand exactly where Pest is going, and he gets around River Otter hoping to save him. Blue Badger and River Otter now. Blue Badger in danger, forced to flash away from the cannon ults. Oh, beautiful hits from Boomer's Ezreal. Now Jules coming in with a repeat gank of the R, and River Otter falls to Jules as Quaib has been taking the dragon in the background. Has flash E's to take Travi's last remaining Darksteel stacks.
Darius TP coming in. He comes in and does a dunk on Thresh, I think.
On Karma.
Or no, on Karma.
Oh. And there's the triple dunk, as Moens was describing. The amount of speed on TP and on Ghost is just too much to get away from.
He just went in, took 1, took 2, took 3.
Yeah, MTP's saying call 911, that's my score. River Otter's now here to stop Chime Gatherer from getting away. Giving the Lantern, and MTP is just gonna hook him in, and that's gonna be an easy kill onto Chime Gatherer now that he's worth gold again after his assist. All right.
Man, red team is really on it.
Yeah, and while Chime Gatherer is keeping up in the CS, it's Darius's lead in gold that might be the downfall of his team here. This
That's
lethality
right.
Darius.
That's right, but the gold lead still isn't horribly great. Like, I mean, yeah, they have a gold lead, but
All right, there we go.
Running away from all 3.
Yeah,
Oh, they chasing.
the 3-man mid. Now Blue Badger is coming up to support his friend Pest. Boomer now in the position of... Oh, actually, totally fine. As Jules and Chime Gatherer try to gank MTP under the turret. He is stunned, but MTP is looking to fight it out. Does get a massive amount of healing on Jules. And Jules, unfortunately, falls to the bleed from Darius. So MTP is now proving he cannot be ganked by just one person alone. Chime Gatherer forced to flash away as now Pest is here to clean up. Manages to hit him, and MTP... Uh-oh. That is a lot of damage still that Darius was able to put out while on the run.
And just all the healing, right? Like, that's just that's a Darius that's going to get harder and harder to push over as time goes on. He's like one of those clowns you just keep knocking over.
Yeah, one of the bobbleheads, the Weebles.
Weevils, yeah, Weeble Wobble, we all fall down.
Yeah. Yeah. One of my favorite Pokemon, Wobbuffet, is just a Weeble. That's all it is. Very
Actually,
creative.
I think, to answer your question from earlier, Shaco's a Weevil.
There we go. Travi with the beautiful flash ult, and Quaib coming in with the ult in response. Then Blue Badger and Boomer are forced to run away, but do not get away with their lives. As it looks like this mid lane is now ready to be pushed down by Nondescript and Travi. River Otter lying in wait, taking Pest away from the potential getting onto nondescripts. River Otter, no penalties onto him. Severely alone, but nothing can stop the Thresh.
I mean, if I'm any of those champs right now, I wouldn't go anywhere near the Thresh. I just assume
All
he
right.
could.
Jules
Have his
coming in
way.
with the ults, does not hit nondescript and does not manage to slow Thresh enough. Those Swifty boots are doing work. Boomer ease in, manages to hit almost everything on nondescript. Nondescript forced at half HP to take a step back.
Gets the rift.
Oh yes, in the meantime, the rift was taken. And now we can see a complete objective dominance on the red side as they have both dragons. They've got 2 turrets, 3 grubs, and 1 herald.
Where will they drop it?
Yeah, they're looking for that nexus in the pear tree as well.
I mean, they're up 11 kills, right? So it's not horribly outside the realm of possibility that they're going to be able to just steamroll whatever turret they decide.
Yeah, it is interesting that despite all this pressure, the CS has still been quite even from lane to lane.
Right, and that's a good point too, right? Like, how is the gold so close when they're this far apart?
Well, of course, we've got shutdown gold as well. This is one of the things
That's
that
true.
Riot's been trying to fix about Scion, but as you see, Scion 0-7 and 2 still got a good amount of gold, is still useful enough to his team, and especially now that the gold has been funneled into the mid lane. In spite of the fact that Travi is ahead, he's not really all that much more effective in terms of current items. Ooh, Quaib landing onto Jules as River Otter is there on the follow-up. Jules has to flash away, but Travi gets in there with his ults. All right, MTP with the Ghost E in. Leaves Blue Badger and Boomer stepping back.
Drops the rift down. Rift gets a charge. Charge lands on mid turret. Continues to walk forward. Begins to charge again.
Ooh, potential. Oh, and Pest manages to stop its second charge. All right, but in the meantime, Quaib is taking his 3rd dragon of the game, solidifying soul points. This is the danger zone now. Ocean Soul could be great for this team, especially Darius, who wants to stay in the fight as long as possible.
And that was such a great use of rift, right? Like, rift doesn't necessarily mean that you get a tower. That's nice if you do, but it's meant to distract while you're getting
Yeah.
other things.
Yeah, amazing use from Quaib, who said, "That's all I need to do is just go deal with this while I handle bigger problems."
Here's my pet.
Yeah. See if you can deal with this. All right, red team bitterly hanging on to this mid turret that they will not let fall, as Travi's also in the bot lane. Ooh, we see W is coming out as MTP is forced to ult away from Darius to safety. But on the other side is Quaib, who lands a wrap bandage toss onto Chime Gatherer, but does not stop the ult. All right, River Otter in a
Just
tough
go
position,
in.
forced to flash.
There's only 1 or 2 hits left on that turret. If they can...
See, that was amazing to me. That Chime Gatherer wants to come in around the back, and still Quaib is looking for him in his own jungle. Unfortunately, he is caught before he's able to do this pincer. Right, there we see. The objective bounties do go over to the blue team. That's also an equalizing effect on this gold.
Wait, we have almost 3 times lead in kills, but like you said,
Oof. Jules
they're getting
forced
gold
to...
in other ways.
That was nice. Jules ulting over that wall in order to get away. While they won't have their ult, they are going to live another day and make it in case this Baron is the next objective to be fought over.
Kennen's just going up there saying, hey, I'll take this turret as long as no one's looking.
Yeah, and I would not be one to want to 1v1 Kennen, knowing that he hasn't ulted in a while.
Right.
Blue
And he's 6
Badger
and
and
2.
Chime Gatherer looking for something here, potentially. While Jules does not have their ult back yet, Travi does not care for Chime Gatherer's flash there. Just walks away.
Everybody's pretty much reset, except Darius might be going in on Victor here.
Yeah, I do see that. As MTP manages to get behind Pest, and we do see the TP coming in from Chime Gatherer, and Darius says, alright, you win. Boomer DeWalrus quickly getting chunked down as Nondescript and River Otter take his entire HP bar. He must have used his E already. Alright, River Otter unable to connect with Blue Badger right there. But Red Team looking great in terms of their pressure. They're finally getting this gold lead. Travi forced a Rocket Belt out of the Victor stun as Quaib is now left to deal with the Victor. Alright, fights all around the map. This Blue Badger's trying to keep Darius still.
Caitlyn just going to town on mid. Right, they're keeping
Yeah.
pressure everywhere.
Everyone is everywhere, and the map is littered with Fiddlesticks copies as well, as Jules is now making sure that the vision is theirs on the map.
And the Dark Seal on Kennen back up to 6, by the way.
Amazing. Yeah,
Whereas-
I definitely seen Travi play more safe since that, since the Dark Seal went down to 0.
The incident.
Since the
But
incident.
that's not to say that Victor doesn't have any stacks either. Victor has 7 as well.
Yeah, both mid laners proving that they are potentially the glue of their teams. Not to say anything poorly about MTP and Nondescript, who are each handling their own lanes.
Right, sometimes you're the fulcrum.
Right. I mean, we're
Darius
gonna
just keeping.
Yeah, I was just about to comment as well. Darius, we're gonna start to see that level difference come into play.
Right, and I mean level difference and farm difference.
Yes, absolutely. As we start to see the dance happening around the soul for red side potentially. Chime Gatherer the first to make contact as River Otter is now brought down to about half health. Quaib left in the middle of them. Chime Gatherer unfortunately left alone, but able to take Quaib down to a quarter of his HP. Travi coming in the back does not manage to kill Jules, but the Caitlyn ult will connect as Travi also gets shut down. MTP forcing the rest of blue team off of the backside of Dragon, as looks like Quaib, Nondescript, and River Otter are going to be able to safely secure this.
Soul point, or I'm sorry, it is for Soul, so we might see some extra effort here out of blue. They have it warded. Oh.
Yeah, that 1400 smite, now that the junglers have that amount of damage, it is much harder for anyone to steal, especially with no threat of smite on the enemy team.
Right. And
All right.
red team resets.
Yeah, and the gold difference has now climbed up to 8,000 as the soul has been taken as well. Every objective possible is on the red side. It's looking like they're getting ready to close this out.
Yeah, red team has went shopping. It's got all of the things it needs, and it's just getting ready to shove it down. Shove it down blue team's gullet.
Great. I love the imagery there too. Here we've got the support vision battle already starting. I love these. This is what I imagine is the main war that preempts all other battles.
The vision.
The vision. I mean, and you
Right.
could see Blue Badger, River Otter takes a quick victory there by securing all of the vision around. Chime Gatherer looking for an ult on Nondescript. The lantern comes down and saves him as Boomer DeWalrus is not able to connect. Jules looking for this cute little flank, manages to get it, and Caitlyn is stunned in fear. Travi returning with the ult as in the bot lane we just saw Darius manages to kill Pest.
Right, so now blue team's left with the choice. Do we continue with this fight, which looks like they've chosen?
Yeah, the Amumu ult comes down, and Travi is trying to pull out the damage as much as he can. He is the only source of damage left here, and he does manage to put so much that blue team is forced completely away from the Baron. Darius continuing to take down this bottom turret, and we can see there is not much that can be done about his onslaught, as the Baron is now at half HP.
They've aced it. They're going to get this inhib. They're going to get that Baron. They might get an inhib turret if Darius decides to be frisky.
Guaranteed by the Baron
Our
minions,
turret.
of course.
Well, yeah. Darius looking like he's going to reset.
And now with
Everybody
Elder
wins.
coming up in 3 minutes, 30 seconds, the Baron buff is going to last well into the preparation for the Elder Drake. We'll see if the game even lasts that long, but it looks like Red is in
That's-
prime position.
That's what I was just about to say. They may not even need to wait for Elder Drake, right?
Yeah.
They've got an inhib. They've got the positioning. Darius is pushing top. They're gonna just probably ram their minions into either top lane or bot or mid lane, and knock over one of those and end whichever one they choose.
Yeah. There we've got Blue Badger quickly trying to secure some vision before making it back to protect his ADC. And we could see already the writing is happening that the vision war is now taking place in the bot side jungle to prepare for the fight that's going to happen before the Elder even spawns. Got two fights going on simultaneously as the dance continues to be danced in the mid lane and bot side jungle. Sion lands his ult onto Darius. The stuns come down as MTP is forced to stand still. Chime Gatherer trying to block his way, but MTP just so fast and not taking much damage at all. Jules lands in with the ult, and Travi and Nondescript almost fall. The Zanyas comes out in the Lantern to save Nondescript. But here we have MTP's TP is coming back in. The Amumu ult hits Boomer and Pest. And MTP takes Pest, ults, and Pest is now out of the fight. This, combined with the Baron minions, is leading to the perfect siege for Red as the first inhibitor turret is going to fall in mid. And Chime Gatherer falls with it as he is not able to make it out of the way.
Over middle turret.
Yeah, all
Yeah,
the
three
while, there have been minions coming through the bot lane as well.
Right. They've got that super inhib. I think this is the game.
Yeah, there we go. Nondescript taking down that last Nexus turret as the Mumu Quaib continues to go in. Darius ult comes out, and it comes out again, but it is not even fast enough before the team is aced, and Red Team has taken this game for themselves. GGWP, MTP, Quaib, Travi, Nondescript, and River Otter take the game.
Man, what a good game.
Yes, I agree. I think that was extremely explosive, but you could kind of see the formulas happening. It's like they were teasing it out. Like, Topaz, what I love about it is that Travi gives a sign, almost, of like, watch this. I'm gonna start, like, the E comes out from Kennen, and you're already like, they're dead. It's done.
Right.
If he's using that ability, it's over.
Right. So for MVP for this game, what do you think?
You know, it's really difficult to choose between Travi and MTP. Travi did put up a crazy performance as Kennen. What he promised. It's what he always promised he would do. And yet, MTP's Darius was always there at the right time. Always making sure that he is ready for the next fight. So I gotta give it to MTP.
Yeah, I agree. MTP was always there. And he also had to deal with that Sion who just wouldn't die. Right?
Yeah.
Like Sion farming and just doing the it's not the funnel scion strat, but
It's the dying. It's like the inting scion strat.
yeah, inting scion strat, right?
And it was working. It actually continued to give Chime Gatherer a lot of the pressure and gold that they wanted.
Agreed.
I see Travi in chat saying that he was not the MVP, but still, I think that was a pretty phenomenal game. There were some really cool plays being made there. All right, so I did get confirmation that we can get MTP on stream. I'm just gonna tell them how to join us.
You want me to drag them in here, or?
I can't see where they are right now, so I will be able to drag them in when they get to League Lobby 1.
Oh, that's a good point. I can't see Topaz.
All right, here we go. We're about to speak to MTP. Welcome to the stream, MTP, and congratulations on that last game.
Hello, thank you.
Yeah, how do you feel?
Oh, I feel good. That was a great win. The team played really well. I think our macro was really solid too. So definitely no notes for me.
Yeah, I mean, I saw some of those dunks. It felt like usually when you're playing Darius, maybe the dunk is the end of the battle, but how did you feel trying to counter Scion's, first of all, proxying the almost kills that Chime Gatherer was managing? How did you feel when you got the dunks?
Yeah, the dunks are just great dopamine, you know. No, but I mean, Scion is always. I think I flashed like 2 or 3 times after having killed Scion, just because I was in danger of dying as well. But we had great comms. The team, my jungler came up and stopped the proxy early game, which I think was huge, and just securing the lead. So I'm glad I was able to close out the game with my lead. So I'm happy with how that went.
That's fantastic to hear.
And the chat's calling out, and I was going to mention it as well. The triple kill where you had the triple dunk bot lane was probably the play of the game.
Oh yeah, that was great. Honestly, I teleported bot, popped the ghost and the ghost blade, and I just saw the angle, you know, to throw around my gold lead.
Yeah, it's hard. Really it looks like you were Rammus full speed running into them. Like, it's hard to tell who you are.
Yeah, you get the TP movement speed boost and like ghost and ghost blade. And now
is that why you banned Rammus?
I think we were really just we were respecting their jungler has a lot of Rammus games, and I think I mean, if you play any AD champion, Rammus is awful. So we really just wanted to make sure that wasn't an option for them.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I don't know if you were watching the beginning of the stream. One of the questions I asked Moens in our This or That segment was strong side top or strong side bot. I have a feeling what you would say, but I do want to ask you the question. What would you ask your jungler to do?
Honestly, I am a top secondary player. I think strong side bot. I think, you know, top's great for the early game and to like get your team ahead, but I think when you need to close it out, you got to have a strong AD carry. So that's why I always love to save my TP to go bot as well. I think making sure if you have a lead and getting it bot, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, and I think your jungler does a great job of making sure that both sides are well fed and well paid attention to. So no worries on that end.
He does all right. He does.
Gotta make sure everyone feels the love.
Yeah. All right, so before we let you go, we do have one more game in the night, but before you get on to that, wanted to ask you if you have anyone from either your team or the enemy team that you would like to honor. I know you might be filling out the private honor system, but we want to hear if you have a shout out for anyone.
Oh yeah, I mean honestly, shout out my my jungler for sure, definitely. I think their mid laner or on the other team, Pass, the Victor did a great job as well. Like I think, you know, if there was any chance of us getting stopped in the side lanes, it was definitely the Victor. So I got that 1 kill bot lane while we were fighting Baron, but that was definitely close to not being as good as it was. So shout out for Pass.
Yeah, I saw you sometimes meeting the business end of Victor's
Yes.
scepter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Victor, crazy champ in the late game. We were worried. We were definitely sweating a little bit.
Yeah, Victor was really good at being everywhere.
All right. So that will be all. Thank you so much for joining us, MTP. So
thank you for
happy
having
that
me.
that you could join, and congratulations again, and good luck on your next game.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Okay, and with that, we will now be headed. Unless Mike, you wanted to talk any more about that game, I think we'll be headed to a short break.
No, I think that said it all.
That's great. We love it when MTP can come in and give us the summary from the top lane, the island perspective. Although it wasn't an island that game, it looked like it was a Fiesta battlefield.
That's right, a feeding frenzy. It
Yeah.
was
That's good.
it was good. It was a good game. It was a very good game.
Yeah, very fun. And there will be more. We have one more game left tonight where we'll be watching the Pearl League, which is silver and below, very soon. So stick around. Catch us then. I'm Nick.site. This is my fantastic co-host, Moens. And we will be here in just 5 minutes. All right. Hello, and welcome back. It is just about time for our third and last game of the night, where we're going to be watching the CMSA 2026 Season 2 Week 2 game from the Pearl League, which my co-host, Moens, is a veteran of.
Yes. Yes. These I know a lot of these names.
You do?
So this is gonna be, let's see. Yeah, I know a lot of these names. Yeah, we're gonna see a good fight. I think it will be a bloody battle.
Oh yeah, that's great. I love the bloody battle, if that's what we're gonna see. I'm excited for that. So we are getting into now our champ selects in this tournament draft mode that we have. So who do you think is going to be the bloodiest warrior at the end of this, Mr. Veteran of the Pearl League?
I would like to see or who's picked before I answer that question.
Okay, got it.
But
In the meantime, I have someone who's potentially wanting to lobby for crowd favorite. Fierce Steel, who is banning right now, says hi Twitch. Anyone in Twitch who's at their computer not lurking, maybe hi Fierce Steel. Hello.
Hi Fierce Steel. I'll say it in the
You'll say it?
chat.
Oh,
Yeah.
You said it out loud. All right, so first bans, we've got Vi and Leona. Very scary lockdown, especially in this league. So then we've got Xerath and Jhin, which I would run as a bot lane combo myself. I don't know if you ever were privy to those days of toxic bot lanes, Mike. Were you?
Oh yeah, and I also remember you had a move speed crit build for Jhin.
Oh, I still love that. That's never gonna change. That's all day, every day. Gotta go fast.
I love it. I thought they fixed it.
You know, there was a problem when it was 20% on the crit items, and now that it's 25% again, you can do it. You can run for attack speed crit items. But then you'll have Runaan's Hurricane, so it's just on Jhin. So maybe don't. As we're seeing the first picks come out, those last two bans were Sejuani and Malphite. And now we're gonna see Nautilus, the support pick first, and then the jungle pick first from red side.
I think that's the Nautilus jungle.
Oh, that could be possible. So we've got jungle
If I'm
and
not-
jungle.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Gasians plays Nautilus jungle.
I do recall that. Did we see a Nautilus jungle last week? Or was that potentially in the invitation?
I think it was the invitation. I can't remember.
I mean,
I may be wrong.
I would be scared to go up against the Nautilus jungle. He's just never gonna die, and he's gonna be holding you still. Although there's Viego, so maybe it is Nautilus support.
Maybe it is Nautilus support. All right, I'm wrong. Mark this day down in history.
Right. Wrong. And then we've got Kale coming out to balance out the top side. I know Viego is not going to wait until the late game to come online, but Kale is. So we'll see how red side responds.
This is a blitz into a Nautilus. Okay.
Yeah, I love the hook champs coming out in the Pearl League. We are going to see some crazy hooks into the turret. I can guarantee it.
You pull me, I pull you.
Yeah. The person who pulls first loses. It's a reverse Mexican standoff.
Love it. And a Renata ban. Okay.
Very interesting Renata ban coming out. This is akin to the Milio ban that we saw previously.
That's just targeted at somebody, but but the support was already picked, so maybe they don't think.
Unless
Nautilus
it's not,
support?
yeah, not Kale mid, Nautilus top could be the thinking, but I wouldn't be thinking along those lines personally. All right.
The very same.
Oh, and a Jinx ban. I do love Jinx Nautilus. Jinx with any of these champions, especially Viego, who can just jump in immediately onto the enemy ADC, whoever it might end up being. So, who are we seeing to round out these teams? Obviously, both need their ADC to come online.
Right. And for Nautilus, I don't know, maybe a Samira?
Yeah, we're getting the Zaunite Piltover special with Blitzcrank and Caitlyn potentially knocking them up right into a Caitlyn trap. And you're saying Nautilus, Samira? We could potentially see a Samira come out as this Misfortune, adding to those bans. Oh,
I didn't
Seraphine.
expect that. Is that Seraphine bot?
It could be Seraphine APC. It's got the right amount of range to deal with Caitlyn.
It could be mid. I don't know.
All right, and last picked on the blue side. We're waiting on this mid. Oh, so it is Seraphine mid, and we've got Yunara in the ADC role.
I suppose it could be. Yeah, it has to be Seraphine mid.
And to match, we've got. Okay, let's reason this out together, Moens. Warwick
Right.
top, Warwick jungle, Zyra top, Zyra jungle, Anivia mid, Anivia top.
There's a lot going on here. I think Anivia mid, Warwick jungle maybe top. Zyra could be.
We see we now got a relobby. The curtain has been pulled, and now we can see we've got something going on here. Que pasa, they say. And we are going to find out soon what is happening, as there have been some technical difficulties in this lobby.
Well,
You know, we were trying to figure out how this team could work, and maybe the issue behind it the whole time was that it was never going to, and it never meant to.
it was never meant to be, but it was the. Yeah, so Calamity was the one that dodged. Calamity was the bottom pick on the left. Who was the bottom pick on the left? It was who was the last pick on the left? Yunara, right?
Yes.
Yunara, correct. Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and we are ready anytime they are, but we are excited to see how this changed. Oh, the client kicked Calamity out. So it wasn't on purpose, and it wasn't a last pick red side issue. Just gonna let them know.
So that means that the mid was, in fact, crap. Let's see. So it was.
We see DRK saying, think about who is mid on DSauce's team. All right, I'm excited with that hint coming out from DRK. All right, we are going to get right back into it. We are in the draft again. Hopefully the bans will go by even faster in the picks so we can get to knowing who's where.
Yeah, they generally just pick random bands or really quickly do the same bands over and over again.
Or they think about it really hard and try to spell something new.
That's happened.
I think maybe something starting with X.
LV, not anything on.
Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton bag.
Louis Vuitton bag.
We're playing a completely different game now.
Now it's XJ.
Yeah, this isn't League of Legends anymore. This is Hangman or Wheel of Fortune.
I'd like to buy a vowel.
Okay.
Not a vowel.
I used to host the Wheel of Fortune on stream. You may remember, and Jeopardy on stream. Who knows? Maybe we'll bring it back for a pre-show. Pre-show game show. Especially now that we've got Vanna White. Van Owens White.
Van Owens. Dr. Van Nostrand.
All right, so we are still seeing the bans that we saw previously. However, we still need to reason out who could be mid on D-Sauce's team.
I
Especially,
think it's Medeo.
yeah, it's interesting. DRK was the one offering that insight. It's as if they know. They already know, even though they're on this team and playing Caitlyn.
Well, they probably were paying attention. I wasn't, unfortunately, paying attention to the role selection beforehand.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's one thing that we in the caster's seat are not able to see as long and study as hard as the players
Right.
themselves.
And it matters. Well, I mean, it matters to me too, but it matters much more to them because there's bragging points involved.
Yeah, 100% to say I knew exactly where these champions were going. In the meantime, you know what I want to bring back up is
This or
let's look at the pick ban leaders and say,
Ooh.
do you think these are going to change at all? You might have to look at the stream itself, Mike, to see what's on there. But just as a reminder, this is from week 1 alone, and these are definitely going to change from the games that we watched. We've got
Mundo won't.
and you know what? Maybe Misfortune won't either, but I don't see a Morgana picked or banned in the last game either, did it?
No, I don't think so.
So
Maybe. Yeah, I don't think so either. Yeah, but
We might
Misfortune's
have-
been in a lot of games.
that's true. Misfortune, including this one that we've seen Misfortune be banned. And so if we take a look also at the most picked and most banned in each league, we've still got likely not Misfortune and Morgana, since we didn't see them so much. But who knows? We might still see. We don't see the Yorick ban now, but this might have been one of the games where our Yorick player is not there.
I just missed it. The was there a Lux ban this time around?
No, there was not.
There was not. Okay. Yeah, I think I don't remember a York ban like you said. Thresh made it through. Yeah, I think Morgana's gonna go away. Misfortune won't. Ashe, did we see? I don't think we saw an Ashe this game or this.
No, I mean Pearl. That was DRK's Ashe that we had watched on stream that had done so well. At least one of them. I'm sure DRK reprised that role in later games, but someone else must have as well, because DRK only plays 3 games each night.
I think Morgana will lose her seat on the throne.
Yeah, it's possible, as she did in her own lore, as upsetting as that is. Do you catch the reference that I'm making here? And anyone in chat might be able to catch it. Look at the Morgana and the Misfortune pictures next to each other. Have you ever seen the Wicked poster? You might want to Google that yourself. Wicked cover art for the musical or Wicked for the movie? Tell me that's not what you're seeing here.
I do now.
Yeah.
And what has been seen cannot be unseen.
Yeah. It can't be unseen. Now you see it. There's a cute little reference that we're building. Hopefully we'll be able to make some more so topical references.
And I know this isn't what you're saying, but I just noticed it. I think Scion looks like Bane from Batman in that picture.
I could see that. Guaranteed. Or like Slade, I think his name, is the one that Robin is fighting against in DC all the time.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
There's so many League of Legends characters that I'm like, it's just this character from popular media, isn't it?
Well,
And
yeah, well, much more true of the older champions. Like Jace is very clearly Superman,
mhm.
right? Like
Seraphine is very clearly Ariana Grande. Warwick is Lassie. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm stretching it now.
That is stretching. Well, no, but I mean, I'd have to look at some of the older art. But I remember like when I first started playing, because I've been playing for a long time, and I remember looking at the art. Well, oh, Nunu was one. Nunu had a skin. The skin still exists, but it looked like Oscar the Grouch. And,
Oh yeah, Oscar
um,
inside the trash can. I forget who else was in that skin though from Sesame Street.
it was Oscar and Cookie Monster. Because
Oh yeah,
Nunu would have been the Cookie Monster, and Oscar the
And-
Grouch would have been
Willump.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
I s-
now that we have the game, let's set it all up so we can have it. All right. We should be good to start, and we are now ready to watch our last game of League of Legends. Let's take a look at what we have here. I see the stream just uh-oh. Oh, nothing happened to the stream,
Oh.
don't worry. We
We
do
might-
have
we might be
Medaya
paused.
just sitting here.
I think yeah, probably accidentally clicked in the wrong place. I bet you.
Minions have spawned.
Oh,
GLHF, no you,
No
you're
you.
not my dad. The trash talking has already started for this game, and you know what? It's the last game of the night. Oh! And we've got some flirting coming out from the support. Have you ever done that, Moens? You ever done a cheeky little flirt to try to distract your lane opponents in ranked?
yeah, I dance and it never works.
Oh, maybe you need better dance moves.
Maybe I need better dance moves. No, yeah, I don't know. I try to throw people off guard, like, I don't know, but nobody falls for it anymore.
Yeah, it's
Used
gone are the days of fun League of Legends. Now it's all try hard League of Legends, right?
Press D to dance.
Quick route onto DRK by DSauce. It might set the tone for this lane, as Seraphine is very interested in the ADC, not interested at all in any CS. But here we go.
That is.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say that is a Zyra top. That's just shocking to me.
Zyra top taking Calamity Shades down to a quarter of their HP. We do have on Gaijin's part the Nautilus mid. Ooh, Calamity looking very low as Medaio and Gray are now fighting it out. DRK putting some great damage onto Medaio, but Gray now forced to run for his life as Medaio flashes. Gray flashes in return. DRK now left to get a headshot on Medaio.
There you go. They're gonna potion it up. Warwick going to the top side of his jungle. And
right.
Nautilus kind of duking it out.
Yeah, I know this struggle on Kayle 100%. When you are the melee champ into a ranged champion, what are you supposed to do?
Especially one as late game as Kayle.
Yes. DSauce getting some beautiful combos onto these champions, but looks like Space Dandy is now running around the river, potentially looking for something mid here as he circles around Gaijins, pops the E, and looks like Gaijins is now stuck between a wall and the enemy champion's forced to flash over. And that's a flash from the Nautilus, who already might struggle from movement issues in the mid lane.
That's a successful gank.
Yeah, I love that Warwick passive that you don't have to be exactly chasing the person who's low, but you'll get the movement speed anyways. Right, Giraffe Circle, landing a key E route onto Kayle and getting the first blood of the game. That is dangerous for this Kayle. Although Giraffe Circle not in possession of TP, and Kayle may be able to TP right away to top or just walk it back with these newfound home guards. All right. Oh, nice CS on the part of Gaijins. I'm not sure if I would be able to collect cannons on Nautilus when faced down with an Anivia.
Look at him. He's winning in farm.
Yeah.
Like, and not by like by like a whole wave.
Yeah, by a wave and a half, kind of.
Yeah, that's
There
not
you go.
insignificant. I don't know how I wouldn't be able to. I would just taking
Right,
a lot of damage and be angry about it.
You know, it's just like any other game. You have your economy of resources that you can spend, and Nautilus is spending his HP and getting minions in return, while bad HBH is focused on pushing Nautilus out of lane. Nautilus is going to come
Well,
back with a Negatron cloak, though, which,
It's great for that situation.
yeah, might prove most useful.
Most impressive.
Calamity Shade's trying to push these plants out so they can get to the rest of their wave, but looks like the Zyra plants are just going to force them to stay at bay.
Now,
Ooh, almost connection from Gray. That would have been very dangerous for DSauce. All right.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, looks like we've got a relaxing game on our hands, but then Gaijin's coming in with the quick Q onto Anivia.
And he's going down to see what's going on bot lane. Look at that. We're doing a roam. It doesn't look like a MIA has been. Oh nope. Okay, he's changed his mind.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the best angle necessarily, as the bot lane is MIA from their lane, but oh, Gaijin's lands another hook onto bad HBH, and Anivia is forced to walk away and wall the space in between. Alright, Calamity Shade's finally making it to level 6, is now able to operate in this lane. It's probably gonna try to claw back this 12 CS deficit. Alright, Gray fishing, just unfortunately has not connected yet. DRK, nice dodge from DSauce's double E.
He's going in for the hook.
Alright. And with Warwick in back, Medeo is running straight into a pincer, and Gray is going to be able to put that Glacial Augment right underneath, and Space Dandy takes the kill onto Yunara. Gray lands a hook, but not before Fierce Steel flashes onto DRK. DRK barriers and flashes away, as now... Ooh, let's go back to that. Fierce Steel is forced to run for his life as he's the last remaining member of his team. That Seraphine fell. And Space Dandy. Ooh, and Gray unable to claw Fierce Steel back into their lane. And he will be the last remaining survivor of that fight.
I was running in one at a time kind of situation. Not always ideal. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. This time it didn't.
Yeah, I mean, certainly I think Fierce Steel had the right idea getting straight onto DRK, but with every resource available to him, it just did not make too bad of a difference. Now, Space Dandy and Fierce Steel dancing around this dragon. Ooh.
Lands his E, Q's in. I think Warwick's out for the count for this fight, and that's a dragon for blue.
Yeah, for blue side, as Fierce
Maybe.
Steel manages to save the dragon for his team. All right, Gaijin's launching this R at bad HBH. Unfortunately, he does not have his hook, as it was walled previously, and Anivia has just enough mana to get out of there. Forced to flash though. Ooh. All right, already week to week, I see massive improvement. Oh, Gray, a beautiful hook onto DSauce, and the silence, but the double root does save DSauce from utter destruction, as Medeo is now looking to return the favor onto DRK. Lands the ult and all of the Yunara abilities. Gray is forced to flash away as well, as another skirmish.
Anivia teleports in. They all are fighting to try to kill that Warwick. Succeed.
Yeah, of course.
They back off.
Warwick, a great bruisery champion, although it looks like we're seeing the Lichbane or potentially Dusk and Dawn build of Warwick here. That is going to be interesting. Massive healing, as we see Giraffesicle coming down to help their mid laner, being pushed away a little bit by the Viego.
Yeah, and the mid laner, Nautilus, isn't really be able to... isn't able to do much because of the range in Anivia, right? Like
Yeah.
he could have he wanted to help fight the Zyra there, but he couldn't.
Yeah, and unfortunately, also no mana. He must return to base, or else he's going to be relegated to just a melee minion that does more damage.
Right. Right. And this being a game with late mind in mind for the blue team, they're just playing it safe and hoping they can last long enough to make it work out.
Yeah, we've got Seraphine great in the late game, and obviously Kale headed towards that level 11. Here we have a grub fight as Fierce Steel takes the first one with a smite. Space Dandy looking to force Fierce Steel away with that red buff. He's going to be able to. He lands the R, and Warwick gets Nautilus ulted. Calamity Shade's able to collapse just a little bit. Gaijin's looking for this hook. Unfortunately, no connection as Fierce Steel calls his team off of the battle. It looks like Fierce Steel is going to take the last two remaining grubs. But Warwick is coming back in. Now we've got Anivia dancing around the other end. It looks like it's going to be a perfect pincer as one grub at 940. Fierce Steel has given up on its Space Dandy, taking advantage of the situation to get one grub. The ult goes down to Gaijin's from Calamity Shades, but not much damage headed out during that time. At the same time, there's a fight going on bot lane, but let's take a look back at this jungle fight as it looks like Gaijin's is going to fall as Space Dandy follows Gaijin's, forced to flash.
Right, and Warwick using his passive goes after the deeper champion and then turns and kills the more shallow one.
Yeah, there you go. And it looks like Red is just able to take advantage of each of these epic monster fights to get just a little bit of an advantage. That blood hunt on Space Dandy finds Calamity Shades in this bush, and now forced to flash, but will you be able to get away? This is Warwick we're talking about with the W passive, and the ult comes back up. Space Dandy secures the kill onto Calamity Shades. This is not spelling good results for Kale, as it's now going to be a bit of a level lead for Zyra.
And a farm lead, right?
Yes.
All the leads.
Yeah, well, Viego is farming a little bit more efficiently than Warwick. That Dusk and Dawn is now out, and we're going to see some really interesting plays. I imagine high damage, high octane from Warwick, looking more for champions than farm.
Right,
As-
and I think,
Go ahead.
yeah, there's going to need to be some sort of Grievous Wounds type situation come out from blue team.
Yes, there's definitely a lot of healing going on just through Warwick alone. All right. As the Mountain Drake has now spawned, looks like both sides are beginning to set up vision there, as both junglers are on the bottom side of the map.
And the red side is lit up a lot already, right? So the blue team's kind of coming in after the fact and
Late to the party.
yeah.
All right.
Well, it might have been awards were just on top.
There we go. DRK gets hit by the Gaijin's hook. The ult comes out from both Seraphine and Nautilus. Graze goes down first as Viego takes the body of Nautilus. Does not land the hook, but DRK is forced running away as blue team secures zone control of the... Oh, Medeo flash and ult kills DRK.
Two kills
Wow.
there. Evens up the score a little bit.
Yeah, and with this second Drake, it looks like blue team is looking for an objective victory. It's Kale being pulled away from their turret. It looks like Zyra is going to have such a massive gold lead in top. I mean, if I had to choose a champion to put gold on their team, obviously the support, but I think I would choose Zyra. I understand Zyra's... Ooh, there, Gaijin's beautiful hook to land on the opposite side of Anivia's wall. But what I was going to say is that Zyra, great AoE, but unfortunately into their team being so mobile and so protective, who knows if they'll be able to make use of that AoE damage.
Right. and whereas if you put on the Warwick can chase people down.
Yeah.
The Warwick can, like he is right now, top lane.
Yeah, there we go. Top lane, he's chasing down Calamity Shades, as at the same time, we've got potentially a kill as the egg... Was that the egg form of Anivia?
I don't know how to look at the
Gaijin's
patches on this screen.
continuously fighting bad HBH, taunting into trying to stop their back.
See, yeah, Gaijin's is certainly playing the long game, right? Like, we haven't seen the end of. Ooh, he's teleporting.
Yeah,
Nautilus
we can
teleporting
see.
bot. Grabs Caitlyn. Caitlyn is down for the count. Goes in on Blitzcrank, knocks him up. And that is all she wrote.
And the unfortunate flash from Gray does not get him away from the Unara, who has just transcended herself. And just as an update, Anivia did have her egg broken by Gaijins after that luring into stopping the back.
But that doesn't stop him from getting another plate on mid turret. As Warwick eyes Rift.
Trying to take their first, besides one of those grubs, objective of the game. Gaijin's running under the enemy mid turret to try to get just as fast as possible towards this Anivia, who's running for help to her space dandy Warwick. Looks like it's going to be a battle over this Rift Herald as the numbers are 3 or 4. It's at 3. Gaijin's caught up by the Zyra plants, but Warwick steals the Rift Herald, and Viego is not able to connect onto these champions. Giraffe-Sickle running for her life. Calamity Shades gets the kill. It's exactly what Calamity Shades needs to get back into this game.
Yeah, Calamity Shades is really good at coming back from behind. So this could be. Well, they're not behind anymore. Never mind.
Could spell danger, yeah. I mean, in terms of effective gold, it looks like... Oh, there's the Warwick ult. Doing no damage, as this Warwick is currently AP, but running fast. I know that Warwick AP build makes you go extremely fast.
Extremely fast, do a lot of damage, heal for a lot.
Yes. All right. Zyra, 1.5 items ahead of this Kayle. Kayle now forced to back and make effective. Oof. Thank you, the star, for that fart sound. I thought that was you, Mike.
No. I wouldn't do that to you.
No.
Yeah, I would.
All right.
But now
here we
Warwick.
go. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Warwick is getting brave and taking farm from bot side jungle on the red side or blue side.
Yeah, and here we go. This really still is anyone's game, as the objectives and gold tells a story for blue side, but ultimately Nautilus mid is going to have to prove its worth in team fights by doing massive damage before being burst down by this Zyra. Fierce Steel looking for this Zyra, connects with the W onto the stun, but fortunately that's it. Gaijin's looking for more damage onto Bad HBH. Bad HBH running out of mana, unfortunately not able to stop this wave from crashing into their turret. You can see Gray and DRK looking down here for the last fight that they want to take. Gray starts with the E, knock-up onto DSauce. Medeo going straight for DRK, and Gray going straight for DSauce. The charm comes out onto DRK, but oh, that was a very fast Space Dandy ult coming out. Medeo now just left with Space Dandy after taking down Gray. But Fierce Steel is here for the assist, and Space Dandy will fall.
Inara has such good lifesteal, right? It looked like she didn't take any damage that entire time.
Yeah, very little damage taken and a lot of damage output, as that Kraken Slayer is doing all of the right amount of work for her. And here we have it, the third Drake. We have another Infernal Soul, and it looks like it is being set up for soul points for the blue team.
They're leaving Rift bot to push for itself. So looks like Nautilus might be trying to make a distraction elsewhere. We'll let that push, but I think Caitlyn's just gonna get it.
Yeah. And then we have the top tier 1 being taken down as DRK is struggling to push this wave out bot so that he can start going mid. But looks like Gray has already moved on, leaving DRK to deal with the mess.
And that Kale, I can't see. Yeah, level 13. We're not there yet.
Yes, but this game does look like it might end up going long enough for Kale to get what she needs, especially since the objective lead is in her team's favor. Ooh, the beautiful hook from Gaijins lands onto Girafsicle. Calamity Shade's flashing in, unfortunately gets knocked up by Girafsicle, and the roots are just enough to buy her some time. Will she be able to make it out of here? As Warwick is looking to disengage on her behalf. Space Dandy caught by Gaijin's Q, and Fierce Steel is there to stop Warwick's ult from getting him to safety.
That's a sacrificial lamb.
Ooh. And Medeo, ooh, makes it out, but Bad BH and DRK will take the brunt of the damage in return.
Agnivia's out, Agnivia's dead.
Gaijins with these hooks is really putting so much work. Obviously, Fierce Steel is there with the counter ganks, but these hooks from this Nautilus mid are just really impressive.
Right. Yeah, they're always lined up. They're always the champion that you want to pull. And obviously follows it up with an auto attack for us.
Oh, wow. Under the turret, Girafsicle manages to root Gaijins down as Space Dandy is looking for something here. Unfortunately rooted by this, looks like Rylai's Seraphine, yes. And there you go, Kale equalizes on the top tier 1 turret. As now the next objective up is both the Baron and, in about 3 minutes, the Infernal Drake that might make Soul for blue team.
Yeah, and that'll be a 21-minute soul. 22-minute soul. Or, well, never mind. An early soul.
Yes, it would be a very early Soul. And the type of Soul that would propel Kale just at level 16 to victory. Ooh, Gray caught a little bit out of position as Gaijin connects with their hook. And
All
Gray,
4 go on top of him, and he's down.
yeah, immediately bursts down. Gaijin's looking for another hook. Anivia preemptively puts up the wall. DRK now in position. Oh, and Fierce Steel as Gray's Blitzcrank does not manage to hook. Girafsicle puts down a really beautiful E into ult, but it does not stop their team from continuing to siege mid. Oh, Gaijins manages to land a hook onto DRK. Oh, and again. Oh, the ult onto DRK through that HBH as Space Dandy is now forced on the inside of the fight. Gaijin's now running for his life up through the side lane as Medeo is trying to push them back from the mid. Fierce Steel gets behind DRK, and in the middle of it, Space Dandy ends up falling to DSauce, Yunara, and Gray's Blitzcrank hooks.
Turret.
Yeah, but the Kale ult does stop Gaijins from taking too much damage as this last turret shot, ooh, looked like it was about to destroy him, but the turret fell in time.
That's 4 down. They've got minions of the turret, but they're probably gonna go for Baron. Yep.
Yeah, it looks like they're pinging for Baron or for the wave and to continue crashing in the top lane. This is not yet level 16 Kale. I'm sure that Calamity is interested in that, though.
We're getting there, right? He takes that wave, he takes another, they take that wave, they take another wave.
Ooh.
Maybe the turret.
Another hook onto Girafsicle from Gaijins. I think I need a counter of how many different variations of Girafsicle I've said this game.
I think every one of them is right.
Yeah, thank you. But here we have Red is trying to push the blue team away from the objectives, but it looks like they just have too many open spots around their map as the dragon is now being taken by this bot lane. or by Seraphine and Viego by themselves.
Will they handshake for? Probably not. But they know now.
Girafsicle, knowing this, trying to get a quick kill onto one of them, but Fierce Steel takes the soul, and the Infernal Soul goes to blue. But on the red side, not able to push Kale and Yunara away from the Baron to take it themselves. Oof. There we go. Bad HBH, just a bit out of position for Medeo to get the quick kill on it, as Calamity Shades is now under Space Dandy's suppression. And then on the opposite side of the map, Fierce Steel takes the kill onto Zyra as Zyra returns onto Seraphine. Oh my gosh, it's fight after fight after fight.
No,
DRK
I told you
knocked
bloody
up.
battle.
Oh my god. DRK burst down by Medeo as now Space Dandy is burst down as well from the Medeo flashing in. Wow.
Knocking over bot.
Blue team has earned just about 1 kill per minute in this game now. Oh, as Gasians is looking under turret to provide some space for Medeo to get the kill onto Gray.
This late in the game, to that Nautilus turret doesn't matter.
Yeah, I absolutely understand now. The Gasians build is not a damaged Nautilus, but just an extra tank. Since they've got support Seraphine, they need someone to be able to dive the turrets, and I'm sure Viego and Medeo are appreciative of it.
They need someone to dive the turret, tank the damage, and hold someone else still.
Yeah, now the gold lead has gone up to about 13k for blue team, with the soul included and in prime position to force a Baron. Looks like there's very little chance of red team coming back unless something drastic occurs.
Yeah, they could sneak a Baron. They could get a pentakill. Alright. The gold is starting to stack up.
Another hook onto Gray. Will we see the hook compilation next week as Medeo aggressively going into the enemy team? DRK walks up, but might not want this as Girafsicle is trying to disengage and Gray is trying to hold off the collapse from the other side of the jungle. Battered and bruised, the red team is forced to allow blue team a quick and easy path towards the Baron.
Which they inevitably will take.
Yes, it looks like Gasians is looking for a cheeky little cheese here as he's wrapping around to Girafsicle where he knows he is. Medeo on the opposite side able to connect, but oh, Medeo in danger of these Zyra plants. So much lifesteal though, as you said before.
So much
It's as though-
lifesteal, so much damage.
It's as though he was never in any real danger.
Right.
All right, and here we go.
No
4v5, or 4v4 actually. Gasians potentially looking for a flank on the backside as Space Dandy is forced to ult away to safety. There we go. We see the red side pings. Kale is on our tier 2 top turret, and she is about to hit level 16. So this is the danger zone for red. Oh, and that hook from Gasians onto DRK instantly destroys him as Medeo is hooked by Gray, but it is not enough damage as the Seraphine ult comes out. Fierce Steel launching himself across the screen, and this looks like it may be very close to the end. Gasians hops under turret and bad HBH is killed by Medeo. Once again, Medeo forced to take too many tower shots and falls, but still, team is in a prime position and an ace to push down at least this inhibitor turret.
They're gonna get that inhib turret, they're gonna get the inhib, and then Kale is up there just going to town on top, so they may join him there and get a second turret and inhib. Oh, I didn't realize that one was that low.
Can see Fierce Steel, oh, very deftly navigating around this. Potentially trying to take this last turret here. As Kale approaching level 16. Ooh, the Warwick ult is so fast and Calamity Shades may just fall to it. DSauce here with the disengage. Oh, and takes the Caitlyn ult. It looked like they both were trying to take the Caitlyn ult for each other, if you saw that.
Right. which becomes a rubber band effect.
Yeah, they both get caught right back into the fight almost, but they do make it out.
And
All
we
right, I
start-
see Bormillion in the chat. I believe in DRK. All right, the game's not over until it's over. And in 1 minute, we have the Elder Drake coming out, as I like to call the instant end game button.
And not only that, DRK is his Caitlyn, so
It's his Caitlyn. He may yet prevail.
Yanara's up there not having no idea that Blitzcrank is there.
Oh,
What is Blitzcrank?
Gasians lands a nice hook onto Drastical, forced to flash away, as Gasians is now stuck a bit in place, as Warwick, Space Dandy is then stuck, and Medeo is here to provide all of the damage this team needs. Blue team has convalesced around top lane. Gray forced to walk the other way, as it looks like they're just going to push down this inhibitor turret. There's no jungler on the enemy team on red side, but they're gonna press their advantages. All inhibs are open, and 2 of them are taken. Oh, Medeo quickly flashing away before Gray can launch a hook. And this Nexus turret is about to fall, but lives. Wow. I'm on the edge of my seat with that.
Not that push, not today.
Here's
But
Steel
they'll
going
get the
for the
bottom.
third inhibitor. All right. This does not spell good things for the blue team.
And the blue team, you mean the red team?
The red team. Yes, I
Yeah.
did mean the red team.
Yeah, if they can,
Two-
if they,
We're starting to see 2 super minions come out in each wave, and it'll just be too much, especially as the Elder Drake is here, and it looks like slowly but surely the blue team is making their way down there.
and there's no good choice red team can make right now, right? Like
No.
they can either defend.
Especially
They
as
can either
Kale has reached
defend
level
and, like-
16.
Yeah, exactly. They can try to contest Elder, which is a bad idea because they would just lose. Or they can, yeah, it's just not a good situation to be in.
Yeah, we're seeing the effects of Elder Drake now being taken by Fierce Steel. Fierce Steel has done an amazing job making sure that all of the objectives, aside for that one grub, have been taken by his team. So
Right.
we'll see. It looks like with the Elder Drake, they're looking to siege the last bit, and with these 2 super minions, they will immediately take down that Nexus turret. And Gasian's looking for something here. The second Nexus turret goes down. The egg comes out from Anivia. Warwick is defeated by the Elder Drake. Blitzcrank is defeated. Anivia is defeated again. And there we go. It's almost an ace. Only DRK is left and cannot defend. And the game goes to Fierce Steel, Gasians, Medeo, DSauce, and Calamity Shades.
That was a swift but bloody game.
Yes, at just
Good.
32 minutes. That's pretty fast for a Kale game who wants the game to go long.
Right? Yeah, exactly. That was definitely a good game. Good game on all. A good game by all.
Yes, and
Who's
who's my MVP? Is that what you're gonna ask?
Yeah. Yep. Who's your MVP?
You know, there's a rule about League of Legends, and that there's one carry. There's one carry, and it's in their name. They're the AD carry. And I have to say, Medeo, Yunara, put out so much damage and was always in the right position to not get burst down. That being said,
Right.
I want to give honors to Fierce Steel, who made sure that every objective was being taken, to Gasians, who was so aggressive and knew their limits in a way that I didn't even know their limits as the observer. Of course, red team
Right.
played well, but I got to give it to Medeo.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the damage, the kill participation, right? Only died 3 times. That was a near perfect game. From Adeo's.
Yeah, I see Sheik Gray in the chat. That's Gray, the Blitzcrank. I was not able to hit a hook on Medeo until the very end of the game. Such cautions, positioning, and they still won the lane. Props. Indeed. That's my take completely. It's all about positioning on the ADC, and they really played well this game.
Right. Yeah, if you can't control the ADC, then that's probably going to be a reason to be behind.
Yeah, and Moens, do you have anyone who you want to bring on the stream? Anyone who you know might be available to for one last interview before we say goodnight?
I I selfishly want to talk to Jeffsicle to see how to pronounce the name, but probably Medeo because the MVP, right?
All right, yeah. Do you have a connection to them to bring them on?
Let me message Medeo.
Sweet. All right. In the meantime, I wanted to remind everyone what CMSA is and what we're doing here tonight. So this has been the 2026 League of Legends Season 2, Week 2 of our League of Legends League. So we saw first a game between the Ruby League players who are Gold to Emerald. And there are 6 teams there. And they're always in need of subs, just like every other team. So if you fit in those brackets, hit us up. Join CMSA Esports. It's open to all. Then, after that, we saw the Topaz game, which is our Emerald and above league. And that actually really impressed me today in even beyond what you might expect of that caliber of player, that there were just such interesting fights being played at that level. And then here, we've got the Pearl League. And we really see the fundamentals come out in terms of the players who are able to land their beautiful skill shots and control the arena around them. This is for the players who are silver and below. And so, we've got in the chat, Medeo the GOAT, GG's all. Thank you, Gasians, and props for your Nautilus, of course. All right, any response on your end?
Yeah, they said that they will join, but they're not in a VC anymore. So I'm asking them to join a VC so that I can drag them in here.
All right, yeah, just have them join League Lobby 1. All right, and then once we're done with that interview, we will say goodnight and see you next week, as we will be here next week at 6:55 Central. The stream will start, and who knows, we might have another highlight reel, maybe a hook reel of Gasians and all of the hook champions that we saw tonight. All right, I'll drag them in.
Yeah, and let us know what you guys think of that, right? Like I think, or if you have any ideas of things you'd like to see on the stream.
Hello, Medeo. Welcome to the stream and congratulations on that win.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. It was fun. Fun game.
Yeah, that looked really fun. How did you feel navigating the Blitzcrank hooks and the Warwick ults and the Zyra roots and the Anivia Qs and the Caitlyn traps?
And the Warwick coming in at full speed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, Gaijin's mid Nautilus, I don't know why people don't ban it, but it's so good to just stand behind Naut. He just let me freely hit people, you know. And Yunara has that dash if people come too close. So I thought, and Viego was just putting pressure, so I got to do what I wanted to do that game. It was pretty good.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's amazing to be able to play ADC the way you want to play ADC.
Which is 48,000 damage is the way that you wanted to play the game.
Yeah. All right.
I wanted to play Yunara because I'm usually very passive ADC. I'm like, maybe I'll try a more aggressive ADC.
Oh, and I wouldn't have even assumed you were passive. That was aggression displayed today, and well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was it sounds that felt like you had some aggression to get out.
Yeah,
maybe.
All right, so before we let you go and we say goodnight to everyone, I wanted to ask if you have an honor to give out. It sounds like you would give it to Gasians for their Nautilus, but who would you give it to, whether it's a member of your team or the enemy team?
I had to give it. I can't give it to anyone else other than my support to DSauce. He helped me out there throughout all 3 games, helped us win. and he just made laning easy. So I have to give it to DSauce.
Yeah, that Rylai's rush is clutch for the disengages that I saw, letting you get away from dangerous situations there. So that's well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Well, thank you. Good games.
All right. Thanks,
Yeah,
guys. Have a good
and-
night.
Yeah, good night
You
and good
too.
luck next week.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's
Go ahead.
I was gonna say that's just wanted to give one more shout out to CMSA, who we are, what we do. We're just a group of gamers. We get together and play games every week. So if that sounds like something that might interest you, sign up.
Yeah, and join us. We could use a producer, we could use promoters, we could use more players, we could use more people in all of the other leagues that CMSA takes part in, both in person, sports, and esports. We've got so much going on at CMSA. So, Moments, you want to send us off?
Yeah. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Have a great night, a great week, and join us here next week at 6:55 Central for week 3.
For week 3. All right. Good night, everyone.